following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, we have a special guest as we discuss black men's health issues and natural solutions. We will also discuss the Tamala Horsford murder in Forsyth, Georgia, Jussie Smollett making up stories, the NBA launching a basketball league in Africa, and as always, we'll answer listener questions and wrap things up with some trivia. Let's get to it.
Withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, weak ideas give me ear problems. Sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with three of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Goosey, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ozzy Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. Them other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. Today's episode is sponsored by OilUForever. Please visit mydoterra.com/OilUForever for your natural wellness solutions. This is episode 95 of the Defy Life Podcast. We are inching closer to 100, gentlemen. This is your host, J.R. Glymph, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Gerald Hedrick, Alvin Glymph. Use of English. How's it going today, Gerald?
Hey, man. It's Tuesday. Y'all already know what time it is. I mean, the real is back. It's Two for Tuesdays, baby. Let's get into it. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good as always. It's been I'm excited for this show, man. Like I was talking to Al off air, it's kind of been a crazy day. So it's kind of as usual. This is one of the highlights of my week. So everything's good this way, man.
Yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear, my brother. Good to hear, man.
No doubt. Speaking of which, Al, how's it going today, man?
Man, it's going pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. A lot of things are back in order. It's 2 for Tuesday. It was late last week. 2 for Tuesday. Pooh's late. So, hey, back to the real shit, man. This is how we do it. So
I'm
all is well.
So sorry I missed last week, but it's good to be back. Yeah, actually caught me in the middle. I was drafting an email. I was going to call a family meeting for my wife and my kids because I felt the need to let them know, inform them about a household emergency. I had a household emergency. Our president has national emergencies that he make up. True. I was working on a text to send to my family. Somebody keep moving the damn toothpicks. So it was like there's a household emergency going on in my house, and I'm thinking I might need to go away for the weekend as some shit. I'm just following the lead of my stupid ass president, man. Just tripping. But nah, bro, I gotta have a joke as I lead in. I'm good, homie. Everything is good. It's good to be back, man.
No doubt, man. Good to have you back. We missed you, man. Yosh, how's it going today, sir?
Man, living the dream, my brother, living the dream.
As always, we were expecting you to be late, possibly not be here tonight, because you were to be coaching in the third round of the state playoffs tonight, and that did not happen. Can you tell us why you are here with us, bumming it tonight, instead of in your suit and tie, sweating it out on the sidelines tonight, sir?
What happened?
So let's discuss what happened. So normally we have a pregame shoot around that happens around 5:15. We get to the school about 5. They change into their practice gear and we get on the floor. They do a dynamic stretch, and then then they do a team stretch, and then we get into our warm up, a little bit of a shoot around drill. And my 6'6", 260 pound center decides that he's going to choose this game in warm-ups to try to dunk. As he gets up on the rim, the dunk is off, and he commences to shattering the glass.
Damn. Hold up. I thought you wasn't supposed to be dunking during warm-ups. Is that
No.
normal?
Not during the actual warm-ups where the referee's on the floor. During shoot-around, you can do whatever you feel like doing.
Okay, I got you.
He shattered the backboard. Glass is everywhere on the floor. And, of course, they can't fix the rim in time. So they had to reschedule for tomorrow in hopes that the backboard can be put up tomorrow. If not, it will be at a neutral site. So we have made it this far to the Elite Eight, and hopefully we can win.
Yeah. At least they don't make y'all forfeit, Yosh.
Yeah, they don't make us forfeit, but when you have your kids in a particular mindset for a game, it's tough to come down from that to get them refocused to do it again the next day. So
you don't seem tough before. You ain't scared of tough. Tough ain't no problem for you.
Oh no, my heart don't pump Kool-Aid now. So,
I know. We know.
We stay ready. But I think it actually helps us because I ain't gonna front, like all day I've had a bad vibe. And it's kind of like, when you have a bad feeling, like I've had a bad feeling all day. So it was almost like this was the culmination of that feeling all day. And I think that we'll probably be in a better position tomorrow. Now, I will say this, we've exceeded all expectations of us this year. We're not supposed to be where we are. So, well, yes, we are. I understand what you're saying, Jay. But nobody else thought we would be here.
Okay.
One of the goals we set was a state championship at the beginning of the year. And none of our, nobody else thought we can do it. But we're here 2 games away from that goal. And, when you can smell it, it's different. And this is the first time in my career as a head coach that I'm in this position. So it's it's real regal. It's real. And so, just trying to make the right decisions. But it was definitely the first time I had ever seen that happen. A backboard shattered by a kid. And the funny thing was he got mad. Like, he was mad at the school. Like, he was like, man, y'all bitch ass damn backboards. He had like cuts and shit, and he was looking for the trainer. The trainer wasn't there yet because it was like early as shit. He was like, where the fuck is the trainer at this bullshit ass school? Man, fuck y'all. See, this is what y'all want. Y'all wanted me to break the glass so I could be hurt. And now I was like, yo, Cuddy, chill. I was like, yo, chill. He was like, nah. So on the bus, them boys was clowning him. And he was like, man, shit, y'all know I'm gonna make my money anyway. It ain't even in basketball. So fuck y'all. I was like, damn, bro. Like, it's like, yo, chill. And really what it come down to is he was embarrassed because, like, when he tried to dunk, he kind of grabbed the rim and fell on his back. And it was a good bit of people in the gym. And it was more the embarrassment than anything else. But love the kid to death. He'll be back tomorrow, and I think he's gonna have a big game. So,
yeah, but like we say, that's what we do, man. Everybody associated with Defy Life. We just make Black history every day. We shatter backboards and make it the state championships. That's the fuck we do. So, man. So, good luck, extended good lucks through. We thought it was well wishes would have to go through today, so we'll extend them through tomorrow. So it's good to have you on.
Here's the thing, though, Jay. Y'all was gonna clown me if I lost Saturday.
Yeah.
And I felt the type of way about that. And here's what I was thinking.
What a friend.
We were down 6. And I was like, yo, if we lose, I can't go on that show Tuesday. I just on that show Tuesday.
Whatever show you would have made it back to, my brother, we would have been ready.
We would have extended them jokes just like we extended them well wishes. We would have been ready for it. So,
at least now, from this point on, ain't no jokes to be had. So
yeah, I won't joke off you now. I won't joke.
Yeah, so we.
I made
got
it.
that
Like
off your back.
I've never made it to this point in my career as a head coach. So, I've made it. It's an accomplishment for me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Congratulations, sir.
So I appreciate that.
No doubt.
But we can get into the show now. Enough of my back failures.
Is it?
Well,
I don't believe. Hey, I don't believe in jinxing and bad luck and all that. But my boy, I think you're gonna shock the world. I think you're gonna win it all.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. Like, you're the second or third person I've heard tell me that. And like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I was first.
I appreciate it.
I mean, I thought I was being. I like to be special. Y'all know me and shit.
Well, okay.
You're the first on the show. You're the first on the show to do it. How about that?
Yeah.
Money, you're the first one of my friends to say that. How about that?
Okay, true that.
Wow.
But parents of the kids and stuff like that, they're like, this is what galvanizes teams. Things like this is what. And I think in 2012, the school won a state championship, and the exact road we're on is the exact road they took.
Wow.
So it's kind of that type of nostalgia and that feel that the school has right now. So I'm just, they said, so you need 3 more wins and you get a state title. I said, no, I need 1 more win. And then we'll deal with everything else.
Yeah.
Just let me get this one.
Get one
and
more
then
every week.
We'll deal with the next one. We'll deal with them as they come. But it's cool. Like I'm enjoying the ride right now.
No doubt. Well, in the vein of Alvin Glymph, I will tell you this: no excuses. Just get the shit done. Ain't nobody trying to hear your excuses. That's what Al always say. So we'll go with Alvin on this. No excuses. Don't worry about the story. Just get it done. Man,
get it done.
Fuck the story. Get that W. So
get it done.
Yeah.
We want that chip. You're good. We want that chip. Get it done.
Yeah. Y'all win the state. Defy Life claiming that title too. So yeah, we
hey, listen, if we get to state, I'm gonna need Defy Life to do a rush order on some Defy Life shirts so we can warm up in the state championship.
Okay. Get some red and black Defy Life shirts.
Hey, listen, they ain't even got to be red and black. I don't give a damn what, all black. As long as it's Defy Life shit, I'm good.
We gonna black out the state champions. That's
what I'm talking about. Blackout, baby.
Was that a telephone? Was that a doorbell? What was that?
No. That's opportunity knocking.
No, that's my daughter calling me to see how the game went.
Oh, so, wow.
Because she grew up around, she's kind of grown up around basketball dealing with me. So she called me earlier to wish me luck because she knew I have never been to this pinnacle. And she's called me twice already. So at some point, I'm going to answer her phone call.
Wow. All right. Wow. Well, as long as it ain't Pooh, wonder why we ain't let him in the studio tonight. Stay out there, Pooh. You wait. Oh man. So we will just jump right on into it. As always, we'll start out with some news tidbits. A curious story out of Forsyth, Georgia, or Forsyth. Which one is it, Al? Forsyth. Okay, because I live in Forsyth County in North Carolina, and they pronounce it Forsyth. So I always,
they say it both. Forsyth. They say it both.
Okay. But yeah, so a 40-year-old lady by the name of Tamala Horsford was found murdered at an adult sleepover for football parents in Forsyth, Georgia, right? So I guess all football moms or moms and dads, football parents got together, had a party, and had an adult sleepover in Forsyth at one of the parents' homes. Miss Horsford is 40 years old. Again, she is a mother of 5 kids. She was the only black person there. There were 7 white women, 3 white men there. And mysteriously, she came up dead. This is the story that was told to police, is that they found the body at 7:30 in the morning, and they thought she drank too much and went outside and passed out. which was bullshit because they didn't. For one, they say they found the body at 7:30 in the morning. They didn't call 911 until 9:30. So hour and a half to 2 hours later, they decide to call the cops. Cops get there and quickly figure out that there's no way she drank too much. Well, if she did drink too much, she took a beating before she did. All right. So she was beat to death. Apparently, was pushed off of a balcony at the home, and just gets crazier. So, of course, it gets no news coverage because news don't give a shit about black women, right? So it gets no news coverage, and no charges were filed. Everybody goes on about their day because these people want, of course, it's in Forsyth. We know how folks roll in Forsyth. So one of the men at the party works for the county, in one of the county offices. He gets fired because people start creating an uproar. Her friends are asking people to dig into the case, start asking questions. So this guy who was at the party, works for the county, he gets fired because his boss finds out that he's been looking up personal information of the people that are asking questions. So he's tracked down phone numbers, addresses, basically to intimidate people. And so he gets fired. Just a crazy, mysterious, curiouser and curiouser story that just don't add up. So I ask you first, Al. You right there in about an hour away from Forsyth. You going to anybody's house in Forsyth County with a whole bunch of white folks in a get out situation?
First of all, that's exactly what I wrote down on my piece of paper. Mm-hmm. This sounds like a Get Out movie, right? That's first. Yeah. Let's just acknowledge that. Oh. But then you said, you know how Forsyth folks are like, and I don't know if everybody knows Forsyth County, right? Because I know I didn't when I moved to Georgia 20-something years ago. And it wasn't until I was sitting on my couch watching, it was an Oprah Winfrey show that she did the early 90s, and it was on race, and it was on racism. And this dude stands up in the crowd, and Oprah's interviewing him, and he's like, yo, first of all, I don't like black folk, never like black folk. We don't let black folk live near us. Like, that's like, we are real proud white supremacists. Nah, we don't do that. And she like, wow, like, you just gonna come out and just be all bold with it. Yes, that's how I am. That's how I live. That's how we do. She like, where do you live? He like, Forsyth County, Georgia. And I'm like, damn. Like, now think about this. I'm 21 years old, moved from New York City. I came down here and really had no clue where Atlanta was. I just knew Atlanta as this. I mean, this is almost 30 years ago. I just knew Atlanta as this place to go if you was young and black and educated. You need to go to the A. I had no idea that Atlanta was in the South. That was first of all. That's just how dumb I was in terms of geography. I had no idea we were so close to Alabama and Mississippi. That's how dumb I was. I'm just thinking it's just past D.C. I look on the map to see how close is Forsyth to actually Atlanta. Because I'm like, that shit must be deep south somewhere. No, this is, in some people's consideration, Metro Atlanta. Absolutely. This is a suburb, now not the closest one, but it's considered a suburb of Atlanta. And 30 years ago, they ain't want no black folk, people of color, live out there. And it was well known, do not come to Forsyth County. Yeah. Now, that being said, it has changed. You know, give them their credit. The way it was, it's supposed to. And I say supposed to be because I don't go up there. So I don't know how it is for real. There are still certain roads and areas in Forsyth where they tell black folks not to go after sundown. Like, it's still like, so. Yeah. That being said, the story.
So it's like Hickory or Rowan County.
Yeah.
I don't know about them places. I ain't been there either. I try not to go places. I guess the truth, the moral of the story is, if y'all don't want black folks, y'all ain't gonna see me. I ain't
Right.
coming.
Especially if
Don't
you're
worry
on
about
Oprah telling us you don't want black folks.
That's good enough for me. I ain't that dude. It's too much other places for me to hang. So that being said, it sounds like it's some bullshit. I'm glad her folks are sticking up and trying to get people to investigate. And really, with the looking up of people's names, that sounds like some Trump type shit where they trying to cover it up and intimidate folks. And he might be the Michael Cohen of the crew. I don't know what the deal is, but real talk. Hope they find the truth and people get prosecuted.
Yeah, absolutely. And as recently as like the 1970s, early 80s, there were instances of of white people just flat out stealing land from black folk, kicking them out their house and stealing their land. Like Forsyth County is, it's recently like blatant. Like Forsyth is notorious. So yeah, it's a crazy situation. I don't know,
how
man.
you kill? How do you? All right. I don't like to do this, but fuck it, I gotta do it because what if this was, Atlanta, Georgia, and Buckhead or whatever the fuck, and it was a house full of 10, black folks, niggas. Can I say that on the show? Niggas? Can I say niggas on our show? Fuck it, I said that more. It's 10 black folks, and then the one white person at the party ends up dead. I can't even fathom how funny. I can't even.
That's a rhetorical question, right?
I can't even wrap my mind around how insanely asinine that whole situation would be.
Well, not even Buckhead, though, because the equivalent of that wouldn't be Buckhead. The equivalent of that would be Bankhead. Like if one white person in the party and Bankhead or SWAT, you know what I'm saying? Like a place that's, you know what I'm saying, like overly black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the equivalent of Forsyth. Because Bankhead is pretty mixed, but you take, say it was all party in Decatur. You know what I'm saying? All black party in Decatur, and the one white person got killed. Yeah, of course. Like, my God,
not even got killed, just ended up dead.
Exactly, ended up dead. They could have drove into a tree on their way home, and it would have been an investigation.
I can't. Yeah, we about to have a football party, and Susan end up dead. What?
Yeah. Well, really.
I'm making light of it because I already know at least 5 of y'all going to jail.
Everybody. Like, but
I don't know.
Yeah, but I say it again is, and even if, and I'll say this, even if it were a black man that got killed or that died mysteriously, there would be some news stuff. Like, this country don't care about black women. So, we see the instances all the time of shit happens to black women or a group of black women or a chain of black women, and nobody gives a shit. I said the other week when we were talking about this, is I was told by a black woman that black men are the white people of black people because we don't really give a shit about what happens to them on a mass scale. And I see that. But that's troubling because in so many instances, they're invisible to a lot of people. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, in today's times, and somebody gets obviously murdered in somebody's home, like regular everyday people, and nobody's talking about it. This shit is ridiculous.
There's got to be more follow up to this. There's got to be more follow up to this.
Yeah. But can you, like Yosh, can you imagine if how many shows in 2020s in 48 hours would this shit be on if this was Rebecca? Like, a white girl named Rebecca. Like, can you imagine how many late night shows this would be on? It's fucking crazy.
Every single channel.
Every single channel.
It wouldn't even be a debate. Like, we'd be drowned with the amount of crap that we would see. I wouldn't call it crap because it's somebody whose life is lost, but prime example, like, abducted in plain sight. Like,
yeah.
Shit. This the dumbest set of parents and children I've ever come across in my entire life, and it is one of Netflix's highest rated shows right now.
Mm-hmm.
And people are watching that, but don't nobody know about what you're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. They got whole Netflix documentaries on white girls going missing. We can't even get a news story on this.
White girls going missing who don't even want to be labeled as missing because they love
exactly. You know
what I'm saying? But don't nobody know about this lady who was killed in this house full of white folks.
Yeah.
Now, first off, let me say this. Lord bless the dead. But if I show up to a party and I'm the only black person at the party,
I ain't staying.
If I'm the only black person at a sleepover,
something ain't right.
Yeah.
I got invited for the sole purpose of being killed. That, like, my mind going to eventually go to that. What's that movie that I think it was Ice Cube or somebody was in where they had invited him to the sticks.
Ice-T. Surviving the Game.
What's the name of that movie?
Surviving the Game. It's one of my favorite movies.
My mind going to immediately go to Surviving the Game type shit.
Yeah. But even if nothing happens, like, I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's on Netflix too. It's called Tyrell. But the dude, speaking of Ice Cube, but the dude who plays Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton, he's invited to like some party out in the woods by one of his best friends who's white. He gets there and he's the only black dude. And even when nothing is happening, it's creepy because we've all been in that situation where we've been the only black dude in a situation or in a party or in somewhere where, like, it's uncomfortable. But again, that's privilege to white folks. They never have to be in that situation. And it's nothing they ever have to think about. So they don't understand how uncomfortable that is because shit like this happens.
And
even when
nothing
happens.
This happened in Forsyth County. And
yes.
Again, I know, I'm just saying, like, I can think of 10 white folk that if you put me in a room together and say, yo, Al, you have to sleep with these folk, I could go to bed, go to sleep, and not worry about what's going to happen to me. Yeah. You tell me 10 of them all were from Forsyth County.
Yeah.
I ain't sleeping like that. It's just going to be a different, because again, like, I mean, I know we live in America, and so if you white, you live in America, you got some racist issues. I get it. You living in Forsyth County, and you on the extreme of that. Mm-hmm. And so those are the folk that are just like, again, I don't even know why you living up there. I don't even know why you want to go to the sleepover up there. Like, it's just like, nah, son.
And just like you said, like in Forsyth County, you already know what like demographic that is, right? So maybe even if they didn't show up or if that wasn't the plan, who knows? They may have gotten in a political debate that got out of hand. They may have started talking about Colin Kaepernick, and the shit got out of hand. Like, could have been anything that popped off and sparked this, given that demographic.
OJ came up.
Like anything can come up.
I mean, they pushed her off a balcony, and beat her to death. Like,
Hey, did you see how they reacted when OJ was pronounced innocent?
Exactly.
Well, we did just see. Yeah. Maybe they knew somebody that got raped. I don't know, by a woman, and they was just looking. I don't know. You see people be in the news saying all kind of reckless stuff. So
yeah, they do. But you're right though, Al. Like when the whole OJ thing came up, or even Colin, like more recently Colin Kaepernick, that's when we get the cries from that demographic. Is oh my God, what is happening to this country? This country is like, do you know the shit black folks have been put through in this country for the last however many years? And that's when you ask what's going on with this country?
So I hate to, first of all, let's go back to, was it Money that said God bless the dead? Which one of y'all said that? Because I want to say that. Okay, Yoshi, God bless the dead. Because I got a joke and I'm going to make out of this. And that's just because I got a fucked up sense of humor. But that being said,
let's go end this segment.
What do y'all think was the question that set the shit off? So mine is like, what do you think about the OJ trial? Or who's your favorite president ever?
Oh man, I already know what the question was.
What you think?
It was probably about that damn wall.
That's what I was about to say. It was about the damn wall. It was like, hey, so Tamala, and the white folks called her Tammy. That's what they said. They called her Tammy.
Right.
They said we called her Tammy. So Tammy, you want a drink? Oh yeah, go ahead and get a glass of wine. Yeah, we just had this chill. I figure you want to ask you, because I know you the representative for the black delegation. Can you explain to us what your people think about the wall? What do you people think about the wall? And Tammy probably lost her shit. Like, Tammy probably was like, fuck that wall. I don't, like...
You think she lost her shit immediately, or you think it started out calm?
No, it started out calm. She probably, like, classily, like, with, like gracefully, like, you know what I'm saying? Like shut them down and... Well,
she probably did not, like, didn't even want to go there. Well, I don't really like talking about it. Yeah. She knows she's in Life County.
Yeah. But
my mama told me not to talk politics and religion, so I ain't going to talk that. And they kept asking her.
And then they probably tried to pin, like, black folks against Mexicans and shit. Like, well, I know you tired of all these Mexicans coming in taking y'all's jobs. And, because we hear this shit all the time. And that's another reason. And now you said, like, I could probably name 10 white folks I could be in, like, a spend the night situation with and feel like I'd make it through the night. But those people I know. First of all, these ain't people I just happen to be, like, on some sports team family with. Like, so I don't even know these people. So she didn't even know them. So with that, like...
Were the kids there?
No, it was an adult sleepover, yeah.
Okay, so now this sounds like some real straight up get out shit. So, like,
do
we even have it sounds crazy
that she even was supposed to be there. Like, 'cause on the real, I've been coaching youth team for 10 years. I've been a parent of one for 15, 20 years. I ain't never had the urge nor the invitation to have a sleepover with the parents of these teams. Like, where they doing that shit at? Like, hold on.
That shit sound crazy.
Yeah, like I play sports. Yeah, I play sports all my life. I ain't never came home and be like, hey, Pop, where mama at? Oh yeah, she's sleeping over with the team moms. They having a sleepover.
Okay,
like,
where they do that? Like what? Like what?
Yeah, I would be like, oh hell no, we going to get mama. Let's go now.
That shit don't sound right.
Yeah.
But maybe that shit white folks do though. Maybe we just
Maybe. But I don't. Yeah, man. But I mean, we've all been in that situation where I'm sure, like, it's not necessarily they intended for her to be there, but we've all had to be, the black the representative for the black race because we're the only black person in the room and speak for all black folks and answer questions about Chicago and Crips and Bloods.
Right.
I can solve all them issues here in your living room, Barbara. I can't do that shit, but that's how shit is. And the shit pisses you off. Sometimes, you can swallow it and keep it moving. Sometimes you have to leave. Sometimes you get killed. That's what happens. Black folks.
Yeah, that's not funny, man.
No, but I'm saying, like how many, how many times black folks done got killed for just fucking existing?
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? That shit, we just fucking exist and we get killed or shot and then killed.
I think we have just scratched the surface of this story. Like,
I
really think.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I can't wait. I'm really very intrigued and interested to see, like, what ends up happening with this, man. This is a whole human is dead.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of people. Yeah, a whole lot of people are alive.
Yeah.
And I just can't figure out, like, how this is a thing. I really can't.
Absolutely.
I'm deeply disturbed.
Yeah. And on the flip side of this is why shit like this happens. Because then you got motherfuckers like Jussie Smollett who making up stories about, you know, MAGA men calling him, you know, empire faggot niggas in the streets of Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning and jumping him. And then this motherfucker's lying. And he on camera talking about he the gay Tupac because he fought back. Like, this, like...
Is this proven though? Like, is this so this really happened?
Well,
or is it still like being investigated?
It's still being investigated, but the police have said that, you know, they arrested 2 dudes. There were 2 brothers who were arrested as suspects. And when they got them in, the more they started talking, the more they was like, this shit just don't sound right. And they let the dudes go. And evidence has come out that, for one, the rope that he claimed they put around his neck fit the timeline with somewhere it came out that he paid them $3,500 each or something like that to be a part of this and of his story. And that timeline fits with they found out that these guys bought a rope from a hardware store right within hours of that transaction. And of course, with all the stuff that he says that they did to him, he only had one little bruise under his left eye. And his story was that somebody was kicking him in the back and another dude was punching him while he was down, but he had no bruises anywhere. So stuff's just not adding up. So it hasn't been proven that he's lying, but the shit is mighty suspect. And if he is, like, I can't imagine that, and I don't watch Empire, but I can't imagine that, like, he continued, like, they would still have him on the show, and, like, his acting career might be over if he's found out he's lying just to get, I don't know, what did you get out of it? Sympathy?
They already said that the episodes for the new season are being rewritten to very much diminish his role.
Okay. I would imagine so. Like,
they're not saying they haven't officially said they're putting him off the show, but they have said that.
Wow.
Talk about backfire.
Yeah. Like, this is why I wanted Pooh to be on in the first place. I wanted Pooh to be here in time. Because when I heard this motherfucker say he was the gay Tupac, I was like, I got to talk to Pooh about this. Like, what does that have? What did Tupac? Did Tupac get jumped and caught? I don't get it. But I don't.
What? Why? This dude already he already rich. He already a star. He already under the microscope for having, like, he already a celebrity with all kinds of attention. I just don't know why. I don't understand why someone would do this.
Exactly, and that's my thing. Like, we just finished talking about a lady who got murdered in a possibly, like, racist situation. And so this dude comes, and we talk about this all the time, is this shit don't help when, you know, when you get stories of people making shit up or you know, like, stretching the truth, or just totally fabricating shit, and have the whole black community, and in his case, the entire black and gay community behind him, ready to go to war with MAGA men. And if he's lying, like, these, like, it's all that shit in vain, and this is what causes folks not to have empathy or sympathy for shit that really happens to us.
Right.
And so again, like you said, Money, like, what does he have to gain from this?
I'm so lost. I just don't. You know, we always Jones on people that make up the fake stories, but This one I really don't get. I just don't.
Nah.
I don't get this one.
Yeah, I've heard people say that they were writing him out of this, like writing him off the shows, or he wanted sympathy. But even that doesn't gain. Still don't get your job back. I don't get it.
All right, stupid.
Very stupid. Ultra stupid.
Yeah. So I don't know. And even if they were to write him off of this show, I'm sure he's had enough success and notoriety that he'll get other gigs.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Not now.
Maybe not now.
No, I'm saying, but he would have if they were if they were writing him off the show, and he just was like, okay, my Empire career is over with. I'm sure, like just based off of what he's done on that show and the long-term success that show is at, he would have had other opportunities. I don't like for that reason. It does make me question why would he make it up, which is, kind of leans me towards maybe he's not. But then again, I'm pushed right back over. Was like, did you see him on, what is it, Good Morning America? When Robin Roberts was interviewing him, and one, we've always, everybody's always taught. Somebody's telling a story or recollecting something, and they're supposed to be retelling a story. When they look up and to the left, they lying. And he was looking up and to the left that entire interview. I don't. So that's like stuff like that. That's like, why would he lie? But shit, why would he lie? For what, man? I don't know.
But when you ask people, as people ask that question so many damn times.
Yeah, that's true.
Why lie? To where I just stopped asking that fucking question because
yeah.
At the end of the day,
but dude made up a whole. That's not even a lie. Like, so I feel like, okay, you lie about something like boom, boom, somebody catch you with somebody, boom, boom, boom. Did you XYZ? Oh shit, no. Like,
yeah, he orchestrated.
Type of lie versus like this dude made up an entire fake scenario.
Yeah, and hired folks.
Like
that's the shit.
And it would have been one thing if like he wanted like the situation like for sympathy, and he just came out the blue and be like, "Yo, I got beat up," you know what I'm saying? Some dude jumped me, but he actually like made a scene, like he wrote a fucking play about it.
Wow.
And hired folks. He had a staff.
Yeah, man, this is good.
Yeah.
He was running.
And the crazy part is
auditions.
The crazy part is I agree with you, Jay. Like, not only just his acting success, like the kid can sing. Everybody know he can sing because he's been on Empire. Yeah. He's directed several of those shows.
Yeah,
like,
he's written a lot of the songs.
Like he's uber talented, multi-talented.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Look. Thanks a lot, Jussie Smollett. I'm blaming you for Tamala Horsford not getting any news coverage because you sucking it all up.
Your fake stories.
Fake story ass. Orchestrating. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because you can't even, like, that's why I reserve my judgment so much for things now because you just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, if the shit would have happened, if he was in Forsyth, Georgia, and the shit would have happened, I believe him. But hey, not in Chicago.
But you don't know. But nowadays, you will. So it's like it's one of them things. Like, just pay attention. Wait, it's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's too many cameras. It's too many reporters. It's hard to get away with shit nowadays, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's too much like digital paper trails. If you pay somebody to do it, somebody gonna find out. So, on our listener question, like I told you guys through the chat, like this is an amazing question, but it's so damn long possibly that we only have room for one. pretty in depth, but I could not go through with this one. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on this one. So this is from Josh in Deland or Deland. I think it's Deland, Florida. So Al, you first. Hell of a question, Josh. So take you through a series of situations, Al, based on Josh's question. Which Defy Life crew member would you take on your side in the following situations? So first situation, if you were in a back alley brawl in a dark alley and you're in a fight, who you taking with you?
So I put money, and not just because he sound like J. Cole. And my freestyle our way out the beat. But something tell me like he one of them cats that like he gonna walk away. Like not really sure how we gonna walk away, but
yeah.
We ain't losing this one. I just got a feeling like we gonna be all right. So I'm going with money on that one. I'll take him in the fight.
All right. In an impromptu basketball game, who you taking?
So I almost went with Yoshi because he coached basketball, but then I'm like, well, he ain't out there running with them young cats, so why pick him? So I'm going to go with an impromptu basketball game where we only go into about 5 points because that's about as far as I'm going to go in an impromptu basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take JR, my cousin, because I know I've played with him before, so I know we got a certain history. I know how he liked to play, so I'll go with you.
Yeah, and if we go into 5, we got this, cuz. Yeah.
I'm just saying, we going to go hard for 5. That's
half
the 5.
court. Anything past 5, we done. But yeah, I'm with you.
That's it.
All right. In a sports debate with your life on the line, who you take?
So with my life on my line, right? I'm going with Pooh because, like, when you think about some of the crazy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, Pooh makes somebody
and
quit.
we ain't got him to change his opinion. Like,
yeah, that's true. Damn right.
I wish that dude, man. I need that dude for this question.
Worst case scenario, we gonna be arguing there for a week.
Yeah,
and hopefully the other person gonna give in and just be like, you know what, fuck it, yo.
Yeah,
you know what,
you gonna make somebody quit.
Right. You win. Go ahead, Al. You can go.
Yeah.
You can go.
Facts. Hell yeah. All right. An all-nighter in Vegas. Who you taking with you?
I think we all might have the same answer on this one. And I ain't even hung with this cat yet. But just I'm going with Yoshi.
All right. And lastly, you have one lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire to win $1 million. Who you calling?
And I hate to be a punk on this one, but I couldn't pick one of y'all. I couldn't. So, I don't know. It's gonna have to be the party line where I call my Defy Life crew. But I'm sitting here and I've been trying to come up with somebody for the whole afternoon and show. And nobody's name has come up because I can't pick one or the other. So that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, for that one, I'll probably have to cheat and call Jason, our loyal listener who won the trivia battleground. I probably have to call Jason. So, yeah, that was tough. All right, Yosh.
Great question.
Yeah, hell of a question. All right, Yosh, you done dove in your bottle of Hennessy? You breaking down film? You still there? Yeah, that kid. He might be in Vegas, waiting on you, Al. All right, money.
My way, son. Yo.
All right. Which Defy Life crew member would you take on your side in the following situations? First, again with you, a back alley brawl. Who you taking?
Damn, a back alley brawl. And Al, I appreciate your answer because I was thinking, should I take me too? Because I'm always strapped in with the shit.
See what I'm saying? I know I picked the right dude.
but I am me, so I'm gonna say Jay. I'm gonna take Jay because Jay's a bigger guy, and like usually bigger guys are more intimidating, and a lot of times guys that's not that size won't, they don't too much want to tussle with bigger dudes. So I would say Jay. If I can't take me, I'm taking Jay.
Me and you got the gun, and I just look like I got one. All right. All right. An impromptu basketball game. Who you take?
Hey, that's that. This one was tough for me because I don't hoop with all y'all except Al. Like games on top of games on top of games. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna have to say you, Jay. Once again, I'm gonna have to say because me and you done mollywop many people off the court.
Yes.
I think just like you and I think our game just fits together well. Of course I could, do the same with Yosh, but we kind of have the same style a little bit. And of course, I love to play with Pooh, but he kind of does his thing. So just our games just complement each other so well. I would definitely have to say you.
I agree. And for all y'all that haven't hooped together, like Money, Al, and Yosh, y'all's games are kind of like the same. So y'all, you right on point with that. Like all of y'all are like ball handlers who distribute and play tough D. So so just to give y'all some background of where your games are. But yeah, I agree with that, Money. All right, next. In a sports debate with your life on the line, who you taking?
Give me Pooh, man. Give me Pooh for the exact same reason Al said. You can't move that kid. Like you can't move that kid. He's unflappable.
Yeah. Can you imagine like somebody that don't know Pooh arguing with some shit and then like Pooh say something and then 5 seconds later the dude be like, you just said, Pooh like, nah, I ain't say that. You know how many times Pooh done that shit to us? Like on the show, we be like, you just said that. He be like, nah, what you talking about? I ain't say that. Like, can you imagine somebody that don't know him argue? Oh my God, yeah. I'm with you.
Oh man.
Yeah,
man. That kid's unmovable.
Yeah. And that's when, like, you take Pooh in a sports debate with somebody that he don't know, you probably end up calling all of us because it's gonna turn into a back alley brawl because he gonna get to fight. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
That kid just said, I swear he just said, and
Yeah, he'd be like, I ain't say that. What you talking about? I ain't say that. Oh man. All right. An all-nighter in Vegas. Who you taking?
All-nighter in Vegas.
My God. If you say Yosh, you need to call. You gonna have to call us for bail money. You and Yoshi.
Yeah, I know. But I gotta take Yosh, man.
Oh my God.
I gotta take Yosh. Yosh wild, yo. Yeah, Yosh wild. I mean, I could take Pooh. Y'all know Pooh, my ace. That's my man. Yeah. So we have a boatload of fun too. But Yosh. I mean, ain't even no telling what's gonna happen if Yosh there.
Yeah.
So
like that's gonna be stories. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So damn, I can't believe those guys are not. Yosh is indisposed, I guess, and I don't know what Pooh is, but I really wanted. Yosh said he coming having some difficulties with his machine. He coming back, but I would have really enjoyed. I would have really enjoyed to hear those two give these answers, man. But I would say Yosh, man. I would say Yosh.
All right. And you and Yosh in Vegas, you probably gonna need this last call. One Lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Who you calling?
I'm gonna go with Al, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cause since I've been consistently on the show, since about episode 52 or whatever. I think Al got the most trivia wins.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be really even keel about, you know, the subjects that he's strong in, even surprisingly like the ones that you wouldn't think so. So man, I think I'm gonna go with Al. I think I'm gonna go with Al on that one. I think he shocked the world and helped me win $1 million.
Yeah.
As long as it's not hip hop lyrics. For some reason. It's like when I first came on the show and we was doing trivia and they was doing hip hop lyrics, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this shit. Lost. Damn, I can do this shit. Lost.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know as much as I thought.
Anything past 1998, Al was like, fuck that.
I was getting smoked.
Yeah. But Rodney would have smoked everybody anyway. Rodney knew every damn thing. Oh man! Wow. Well, yeah, we'll have to ask Pooh and Yosh when they back on, because I want to know their answers to these.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? You don't want to take a shot at this one?
Yeah, I'll take a shot out. Wow. And a back alley brawl. Jesus. Yeah, money. I mean, you strapped everywhere you go. Pooh and Yosh got bad knees, so I ain't taking them. Yeah, I gotta go with you, man. Like, if you strapped everywhere you go, and I know that going in, I'm going with money. Impromptu basketball game. Jesus, this one's tough because, like I said, you, Al, and Yosh play just alike. Me and Pooh's games are pretty redundant, so I'm not taking Pooh. Because Pooh is gonna push me out, and he want to post up all day and do all this James Worthy, Kevin McHale moves up in the post. So I ain't taking Pooh. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with Al, because I know out of the three of y'all, Al's jump shot is the best. If I'm playing with three of y'all, so I know if a J on the line, then I can't. If I got to kick it out, I know Al's J is money. No pun intended.
Al's J better than mine. I wouldn't think that, but I don't even know Al. But I just wouldn't think that.
Yeah,
I like your confidence in your shot, though.
I know.
Yeah, like I wouldn't.
I never played this dude. I ain't seen no video. I ain't seen no scout report.
That kid can shoot better than me. You seen him shoot? Nah, I ain't seen him shoot. I just know he can shoot better than me.
I just know I can shoot.
Yeah, like I know I can shoot.
I know. But it would actually come between you two. I would get the slight edge of Jay, and I'm talking about in y'all's prime, not like I call y'all tomorrow. So
true that.
Yeah.
Although, if you don't have me playing, you just got me shooting, like just go out there and shoot. Yeah, I can still shoot pretty good. Once you start, and I get fatigued, my shot ain't worth a damn.
Yeah, it ain't no legs in it.
Nah, I ain't got nothing no more.
Yeah, all-nighter in Vegas. I'm not a big Vegas fan, so. I'm not going with Yosh because all he's going to do is piss me off and want to do shit I don't want to do and get me in trouble. I ain't going with Yosh. I'm going with Pooh because I know if it come down to it and I want to just be to myself, Pooh going to be like, well, fuck it. Let's just pick up the sticks and play Madden or some shit or just drink all night. And because I'll do that shit, and that's why I don't like Vegas. I don't fuck with people like that. So I roll to Vegas with Pooh. And one lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. If I can't cheat and call Jason, man, I got to go with Al because I'm guessing that. Now I'm fucked if this is a Bible question because then the only person I need to call is money. But if it's not a Bible question, if it's anything else, and I don't know the question yet, I'm going with Al because Who Wants to Be a Millionaire ain't asking shit about sports related unless it's baseball. And Al's the only one I know that's going to give a baseball, that's going to know everything about baseball. Who wants to be a millionaire asking about NBA, NFL? They're going to ask about some old crazy-ass baseball shit. And I'm going with Al. So, yeah.
Appreciate that. And
I'm feeling those. I'm feeling those answers.
Good answers.
Yeah.
Dope question, by the way.
That's a hell of a question. Josh, you put a lot of thought into that. Man, anytime you want to ask another question, I don't give a fuck how long it is. Ask another question, Josh. We appreciate that, man. Anybody that, again, that was kind of in-depth question, so we only went with one listener question for the week. But again, thanks, Josh. You guys keep shooting those questions to us. You want us to answer your question, or you want anything to be addressed on the show, topic-wise or just off the cuff, let us know. You can hit us up at social media, all platforms at Defy Life, or you can email us at info@godefylife.com, and we will jump right on it. Y'all keep them coming. These are always fun. All right. So really quickly, just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this before we get into our health and wellness segment. The NBA over the All-Star weekend. How ridiculous is it that we just glaze over the All-Star weekend like, yeah, that happened? But this I found interesting, even though the dunk contest is really good. But the NBA is launching a 12-team league in Africa in 2020. Money, what are your thoughts on that?
Yo, I think that's dope, man. Anytime, first and foremost, I mean, you always hear, I mean, how the game's growing and expanding, and it's definitely expanding. I mean, it's ultra popular in Asia, for instance, in China, for instance, and of course Europe has their own leagues already. So I'm very excited to have the homegrown sport kind of go over and expand a little bit in Africa, and because you always hear those stories about the kids from Africa, man, they didn't like touch a basketball until they were 14, and now they 7'2", and they 2 years away from being 2 years away, and they 19. Like I love that type of stuff, man. And I think if we can get more exposure to the game, get some leagues going on over there, the kids can be a little more polished, have a little more fundamentals, and now when you see them at Texas and Oregon and Kentucky, they'll be even better. And ultimately, I mean, the more you can expose people to basketball or any sport, but basketball especially, like the more that is going to ultimately increase the talent pool. So I'm really happy, man. I know it's a lot of kids over there that love the game and they want to learn it, they want to play it, and I think this is just another avenue to do that and expose people to what's becoming like a national uber popular sport up there with soccer that is basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And on a continent that's growing and thriving in a lot of parts that people don't talk about. So, Al, what are your thoughts? Before you answer this, I got Diz, man. I got Wakanda in 6 in the championship. So, Al, what are your thoughts on this new? They're calling it League Africa Basketball.
I agree with everything y'all said. Like literally everything. I think it's a great idea, just brilliant. On so many levels, Africa is an untapped market in so many industries, and this is just another example where you hear of European League, Chinese leagues. You don't hear. I haven't heard of any league in Africa. So, like to develop that, to be the first, again, it's just brilliant. And shout out to whoever came up with that idea in the NBA to get behind it. It's also it's a revenue generator. So it might lead to continued development and sustaining economies. So I think it's great, and so just no downside at all as far as I'm concerned. And I hope players. I mean, again, I hope players from over here, see it as another place to go play. If in terms of trying to find a league to play in, so it's just win-win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, I fuck with Adam Silver so heavy, like, and you guys, we talk sports a lot, so we constantly bash the NFL and the commissioner, and just because it's, man, I haven't felt that way about the NBA since Stern left. Like, I fuck with Adam Silver so heavy, and I know that he works for the owners, but you never get that impression that, like, he's a self-serving, owner-serving son of a bitch. Like,
yeah.
He always, he just, oh man, I fuck with the NBA, Adam Silver so heavy for that, man. Just hats off to the NBA. We talk about it all the time. Like, they just have so much more respect for their athletes, and I don't know if it's maybe because their athletes demand it, or like, it's just a whole different feel with the NBA and their players and their league, and hats off.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, and this wasn't on the agenda, but you mentioned that with Adam Silver. Recently he's come out and said that he hadn't put much thought into numerous NFL owners reaching out to him to see if he'd be interested in crossing leagues and leaving the NBA and becoming the NFL commissioner. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Don't do it, man. You're all the snakes in the water. The NFL they're still gonna botch everything, and then they're gonna make you the scapegoat. Like, I wouldn't do it. They have, and you actually, you're not in a position where you are with the NBA where you can actually have a working relationship with your players.
Yeah, true. Al, do you think that could be a possibility down the line if he were to make that switch, that owner, commissioner, player relations could be improved?
I don't think so. I think the NFL is set up to where the commissioner works more as it's so extreme that he works for the interest of the owners. And I think the NBA, so I think that dynamic, I don't think just bringing in another person is going to change that. I just think that's how that league runs. And I agree, he should stay where he's at. And so it seems like to be a healthier culture. And to me, there's no reason to leave. I would stay.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think a lot of his innovation and relationship with players will be kind of stripped away in the NFL. And with that, you'd lose that relationship and that dynamic in the NBA. So I think you're making two leagues worse in that case.
I mean, the NBA seems to be collaborative with their players, and the NFL seems to be more a top-down model. And so again, it's like, why would you? I don't think they're gonna want you to collaborate and to have that same type of relationship building approach. So
it's not encouraged, and they don't want it.
That's the truth. Right. Yeah, and then, to me it'd be kind of like, when your left tackle gets hurt, instead of putting in your left tackle, you move your right guard over the left tackle and then put up your backup right guard, and you just get worse at two positions. I'd just rather stick with how it is, and as much as Roger Goodell has his flaws, I don't want to see Silver make that jump either. He'd probably make a lot more money, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they would break him off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they know he do an amazing job. even
Yeah,
though they be stabbing him in the back, taking all his leverage, but
absolutely.
they pay him.
Yeah,
They pay him well.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna take a break really quick. Listen to a sponsor message, and we'll be back with a new health and wellness segment with our special guest. We'll be right back.
Yes, Brandon.
Hey, yo, Jay hit me up, man. He said we got to record a commercial, yo.
A commercial about what?
About the show. We got to tell what we be talking about and shit.
Oh, Lord. Oh, we talk about everything.
Yeah, so we got to
What you gonna say?
I don't know. I say some shit like we talk about news and gossip and politics and black lives shit and white shenanigans and shit. And how you and your wife be having lesbian sex.
Right, because they need to know that part.
Yeah, they do need to know that part. But what else I need to tell them?
I mean, the name of the show at this point, you done said everything else.
Oh, yeah, that too.
This is the DJ Blaze Radio Show podcast.
Welcome back to episode 95 of the Defy Life podcast. It's JR Glymph. With me is Alvin Glymph and Gerald Hedrick. We left off. We just finished talking about some NBA. But now we are excited to start a new segment on the show, the Defy Life Wellness segment. Once a month, we will touch on subjects regarding health and wellness in regards to black men and the black community, black and brown communities. This week, we have a special guest.
Yes, Brandon.
Hey, yo, Jay hit me up, man.
We do have a special guest who's well-versed in wellness and natural solutions. Very smart, beautiful, knowledgeable. Ladine Glymph, with all those accolades I just gave her. She also happens to be my wife, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get Ladine on the line. You guys excited about it? Or learn about some stuff we don't usually talk about?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, let me get her added here. All right.
Hi, guys.
Ladine, how are you today?
Good. Good. How are you?
Good. Am I a clown? Am I funny to you? Why are you laughing at me before I even say anything?
Laughing already.
Already. Welcome to the show. Welcome to your Defy Life debut.
Thank you. Hi, guys. I'm excited to be here.
How you doing? We're excited to have you.
Good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, this will be the first of, for those of you who don't know, which none of you know right now except for us, is that once a month we will have a guest on talking about health and wellness. Since we are a bunch of dudes that talk sports and politics and current events, we want to make sure that we stay up on and we keep you up on things that we should keep in the front of our minds regarding our health and wellness, especially in black and brown communities. So we want to, just bring some experts in and offer their expertise once a month so we can touch on that and make sure we're all living our best lives. So, Ladine, tell everyone about yourself and your business.
Okay, well, my name, of course, you already introduced me. I'm Ladine Glymph. I am a wellness advocate. What that really means, it actually is a title that was given to me through doTERRA, which is the essential oil company that I deal with. But what I mainly do is I educate individuals with natural lifestyle solutions through essential oils. And just assist people with finding better solutions instead of medication.
Awesome. So for those who don't know, what are essential oils? Essentially, what are essential oils?
Right. Well, to basically put it in English terms, and not where it's not too complicated for you to understand, essential oils, they are natural aromatic compounds. They're extracted and distilled from plants for health benefits.
Okay. All right. So just to clear, because I know when I was first introduced to them, and people that I do introduce to essential oils, they are not the same as like scent burning and incense oils that people usually think of. When black folks say oils, they think, oh, I'm going to get some Jovan musk, and we go burn it in the incense. Not the same thing, right?
Right.
Yes, no, it's absolutely not the same thing.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, so tell us about your business, and where can you be found on social media and your website, all that good stuff. So if people need to reach you, we get it right off the bat. They know how to reach you.
Okay, well, let me see. So I guess I'll start with where you can find me. So I am mainly on Facebook and Instagram. I am not as active on Twitter. So on Facebook, I do have a business page on Facebook. It is Oil, the letter U, and Oil, the letter U, and Forever. So it's OilUForever on Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram at OilUForever, all lowercase, of course. And my website is mydoterra.com/OilUForever. And yeah, if you need to reach me through, you can also reach me via email, which is LVGLarryVictorGeorge LVGDoterra, DOTERRA @gmail.com.
Awesome. All right. So
okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So everybody knows how to reach you. So once we get all this amazing information, folks will know how to reach you. So today we're going to talk about three factors in black men's health. So we're going to talk about heart health, gut health, and mental health, which are all key factors, which are very important factors in the black community, especially amongst men. And a lot of issues that men in general, but especially black men and Hispanic men, don't pay enough attention to. So this is why we wanted to touch on these. And Ladine is very well versed in these. So first question for you, Lay. Given those three key factors, heart health, gut health, and mental health. So we'll start with heart health. So given the three key factors to heart health, which of course are diet, exercise, and stress. Starting with diet. So what are some foods that should be consumed and foods that should be avoided to support the health of the heart?
Okay, well, first our bodies do need, well, before we go into that, Jay, would you like me to give more of a background on what doTERRA is to explain how you're going to incorporate the oils into your into your daily regimens, if you're interested? Okay. All right. So basically, doTERRA does mean gift of the earth, and it is the largest essential oil company in the world. doTERRA was established in spring of 2008 by a group of healthcare and business professionals. They all shared, profound personal experiences of the life-enhancing benefits of oils, and they came together with a common vision to bringing a new standard of oils to the world. So doTERRA is now, doTERRA is now the largest essential oil company in the world. It became that in 5 years, and we're now 3 times the size of what was the largest essential oil company. In 7 years, doTERRA became a $1 billion debt-free company. We actually did it faster than Apple did it. So when you think about doTERRA, you can think about it as like the iPhone of oils. Because the essential oils have become incredibly mainstream. You can go into your Marshalls and you can find a bottle of frankincense for $10. And so the difference with doTERRA and other essential oils are what definitely separates us from any of the other oil companies. You will find that there are several other oil companies that may do the same as us, whereas as far as choosing the species of the plant with the highest medicinal value. So they all may do that. I have seen several other companies that also may use the same species of the plant, but you want to make sure that, so doTERRA, we don't only choose the species of the plant with the highest medicinal value, but then we also assure that those plants are harvested in their indigenous environment. So we source wild orange from the Dominican Republic. We used to source lavender from the south of France. We now source it from Bulgaria. So on every bottle of oil, you're going to see the name of the oils, for example, lavender, and underneath it you'll see the species of the plant that we use, which is Lavandula angustifolia for lavender. And so in order for us to do that, of course, we do have to have amazing partnerships with harvesters and farmers from all over the world. Anyone who knows anything about plants, everybody's mother or grandmother has plants in their house, right? And you know that they're gonna make sure that the plants are watered or that they're in the sun at a certain time. So the indigenous environment of a plant is going to include your climate, your soil. All of these factors go into when the plant should be picked and harvested so that it can then be distilled. So we do like to partner with those farmers and those artisans from wherever it is that we are sourcing the plant from. So we don't come in with our people and say, hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do it our way. No, we go into that country or that area of lands and we actually make sure that those artisans, those farmers are paid with reasonable, fair wages, and they're not basically given slave labor wages in order to produce our product. And so with that, we do have an amazing program. It's called our pro-impact sourcing. And so that is not only assuring that the oils are harvested in their indigenous environment, but it includes taking care of those people. So in Nepal, we've built schools. All over the country, we've done different things. I know in Haiti, we harvest vetiver. And so there's all these different, we do have a Healing Hands Foundation. And with our Healing Hands Foundation, that is how we make that possible. So every time you purchase, I think it's a bottle of rose lotion and a bottle of hope oil. All of those directly get donated to the Healing Hands Foundation. And, of course, you can just donate. And so we do have larger, I want to say, people with titles or those that may have a discretionary income where they're able to contribute to the Healing Hands Foundation a little bit more. And so anytime you donate to the Healing Hands Foundation, doTERRA does match that. So it's pretty dope as far as what it is that we're doing, not only in America, but across the country. We are in about 40 different countries, and we're a pretty big deal. If you're a numbers person, right. So if you are a numbers person, half of what I already said should definitely be alarming, but at a little bit. So a lot of people don't understand how to use oils, and you are able to use oils aromatically, topically, and internally. So aromatically, of course, you can always place the oil on your hand, which would be more of an aromatic and a topical benefit at the same time. So you can use them all. So you can place a drop of oil on your hand, rub your hands together, and kind of cuff them over your nose. And you want to take 3 deep breaths so you can really feel the benefits of the oils. We've been hearing about aromatherapy for years. Essential oils have been around since the beginning of time. For instance, frankincense and myrrh were given to Christ's child. You hear about that all the time in the Bible. And so they've been around for centuries. We just found a way to really improve how they have a biochemical effect on the body. So a lot of people may not You can look this up on Google because I'm not in front of you to show you. So we have reflex points. We have reflex points on our hands, and we have reflex points on our feet. I'm sorry, I'm going into topical without finishing. Aromatic. So your aromatic benefits, and the reason why aromatherapy is so huge and it's so powerful is because anything that we inhale, essentially we ingest. Anything that we inhale is going to hit that olfactory bulb, and it will go straight to the limbic portion of the brain. So now when it comes to the limbic system of the brain, if you think about what it is that we inhale, the limbic system of the brain is going to control more of your higher functions. It's going to control, let me see here, it's going to control learning, formation of memory. So when you think about your, let's say, the daily products that you use in your house, air fresheners, you want to think about, like I was talking about, the other essential oil companies or anything that we eat. There's so many different grades of essential oils that are in our food. There are synthetic oils that are out there. And then there's therapeutic oils, and then there's what we call certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. So as far as what you're inhaling on a daily basis, from air fresheners to your self-care products, all of these items have different fragrances in them. As they have the different fragrances in them, you're inhaling them. And so you want to think about what they're doing to your body as far as the toxicity levels that are going into your body. And that are also touching the brain, so there's going to have a different effect. So that would be aromatic. So when you think about a pure essential oil in its purest form and the effect that that's going to have on the brain and how that can support your body, it just leads to a more effective way of health and wellness. So essential oils, they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So for instance, one drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea or more. So if you think about that, think about drinking a cup of peppermint tea. Do any of you guys drink tea?
I do.
I do drink tea. Yeah, I definitely drink tea.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I get you.
Okay. So say if you drink tea once a day for 30 days straight, if you use 1 drop of peppermint oil, that would have the same effect that it would as drinking 30 cups of tea every morning. So that's a big difference. The other difference with essential oils versus plants is going to be, essential oils versus, let's say, medication, is that essential oils, they contain hundreds of different compounds. So it's going to provide complex, versatile abilities to combat different threats in the body without building up a resistance. So, for instance, with antibiotics these days, our bodies, they build up a resistance to all different sorts of medication, whereas with essential oils, your body is not going to be building up that resistance towards them, so they will consistently be able to work and support. Not only that, but the molecules are so small that they're actually able to pass through the cell membrane, which several different medications are not able to do that. And a little fun fact, there aren't a lot of oils that there isn't a lot of medications, a lot of things that are able to pass through the blood-brain barrier. Frankincense, sandalwood, and cedarwood are 3 of the oils that are able to pass through that blood-brain barrier. So when you're talking about major brain function, you want to think about those oils and the way that they can support. So that was aromatic and a little bit of topical. So topically, of course, your skin is going to be the largest portion of the body. Like I was talking about before, I brought it up too early. Sorry, y'all. But you have reflex points on your hands and your feet. So you could definitely Google all the reflex points on your hands and your feet. We like to say that if you apply the oils, you would like to apply, let's say, maybe 2 to 3 drops on the bottom of your feet, or on the area, or on those reflex points on either your hands or your feet that would affect that part of the body. So when you do apply the oils on the bottom of your feet, it will get into your bloodstream within 30 seconds and can service every cell in the body within 14 to 20 minutes. That's a pretty big deal. So if you're tired and you want to use some lavender because you want to go to sleep and you want to have some great restful sleep, you put some oil on the bottom of your feet and you're actually able to service your body to begin to calm down and shut down so that you can get the rest that your body needs. And then, certified pure therapeutic grade That is a label that doTERRA created on its own to distinguish doTERRA oils from all of the other oils that are out there. And that just basically goes into everything that I previously stated when it comes to where and how the oils are harvested and what we do really around the world. That's what that CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade label stands for, and you'll find it on all of our oils. So we do advise if you're going to take oils internally, of course, you want to take them. You don't want to just go to the store and go to TJ Maxx and go get a $10 bottle of frankincense and put that bottle of frankincense under your tongue like we advise just for normal daily function and cellular health. And so the only other thing or example I can give you for you to really, vision in your mind how we do what we do, you can actually YouTube doTERRA harvesting frankincense or just the way frankincense is harvested. So everyone's seen Karate Kid, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
right?
And the first one? Or the real one, or the one with
any of them,
or the one with Jackie Chan,
Mr. Miyagi. No.
Okay,
Yes, no. So one of the original ones with Mr. Miyagi, where he's looking for the bonsai tree and he has to go down off the cliff to get the bonsai tree. Well, frankincense trees are sort of like bonsai trees. They're very rare. They actually grow in the desert. They're one of the only trees that grow in the desert. And it's just interesting because of the amount of benefits that they have. Now, throughout time, because of the benefits that frankincense does, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Because of the benefits that frankincense, what's the word I'm looking for? Because of the benefits that yes, thank you. Because of the benefits that they provide.
That's what I'm here for.
There have the people that harvest frankincense. I mean, they have been paid zero to nothing for harvesting them. The slave labor that has gone on to harvest frankincense, it's just been insane. So us being part of being able to pay them fair wages and them partnering with us, them partnering with doTERRA solely, has just made a major change there, period. And what was the point? I apologize, guys. So you want to be able to look at that so that you can see the difference between a bottle of frankincense retail value. A 15 milliliter bottle is our largest bottle that we sell, and that retail value is $99. And so when you look at that compared to a $10 bottle of frankincense in TJ Maxx, that's just going to show you the quality and the difference and what we actually put into making these oils. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And another thing, later, I know that you've had relatives and friends that have found that try to cut corners and go on Amazon and find doTERRA.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and so you don't want to do that. My sister, as a matter of fact, isn't that ridiculous? I know. But my sister went online and she went on Amazon to try to buy a bottle of frankincense, and when she received the product, she just from the scent alone, she was able to tell that it wasn't real, that it wasn't doTERRA frankincense, because she had purchased it before through me and directly through the company. So just for all of you listeners out there, doTERRA is there. There has not been an authorized doTERRA dealer on Amazon since August of 2016. So if you want to purchase doTERRA oils, you want to make sure that you're getting them directly from either a wellness advocate like myself or from the company itself. And so, yeah, that is really, I mean, there's so much more that I can go into, but I don't want to make you guys crazy, and I know there's other stuff that we need to get into. But, yeah, so that is basically what doTERRA is about. And if you are interested, please feel free to contact me when it comes to oils. I have a bunch of other stuff about oils to give y'all. So, Hey, did you want to get into your questions?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll, this ain't your only time you're going to be here. It's just the first time we're breaking you in. So we'll get deeper into some oil conversations because those always intrigue me. So we'll definitely dig further into those in future segments. But yeah, we can get into the heart, gut, and mental health really quick. So as I was saying, as far as heart health, So everyone knows those 3 pillars for heart health. It's your diet, exercise, and stress. So starting with diet, again, what are those foods that should definitely be consumed to support your heart and foods that should be avoided?
Well, okay, of course, the foods that are going to always support are going to be more of your high fiber foods like beans, whole grain breads versus multigrain breads. There's a big difference between whole grain and multigrains. You also want to try a lot of calcium-rich foods. They're dark leafy vegetables like collards, kale, spinach. But you may want to be careful because if you are a person that consumes too much, really, if you consume too much of anything, right, it can definitely be harmful. So you want to, you really want to cover at least half of your plate with fruits and veggies. You want to choose more. So your fruits and your veggies are going to contain more of your vitamins, your A, C, and D vitamins. But your body does need at least 30 vitamins and minerals and different dietary components that the body's not able to manufacture on its own in order to perform. Not even at an optimal level of health, but just to perform, period, to do its regular regeneration and everything that needs to be done in the body for our nervous system to perform, for our circulatory system to perform. Your body does need those different amounts of vitamins and minerals. So now you definitely want to do your research on different vitamins that are going to support you according to your weight, according to your height, because there are water-soluble vitamins. There are fat-soluble vitamins. A lot of people like to say that fat is not good for us. Fat actually is a nutrient, and we do need it in our diet, so you don't want too much of it. So fats actually give you energy, and they help your body absorb vitamins. So if you must eat, let's say, fattier foods, you want to choose, or say you must fry. Who doesn't like to fry, especially in more black and brown families? We like to fry everything. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican. We fry everything. We eat every part of the pig, from the rooter to the tutor. I mean, we're frying vegetables. We're always eating fried foods. So that is what has been passed down to us generation after generation. But it is our decision to make those healthier lifestyle changes. So you want to make sure that you because we're people and we want to indulge, right? So you're definitely going to have saturated fats, which is going to be your red meats, your butter, your cheeses, your ice creams. You just don't want to have that all the time. You want to definitely go more towards your unsaturated fats, which is going to be more of your vegetable oils. And if you must fry, you really want to choose either a grapeseed oil, a peanut oil, safflower, sesame, or even a sunflower oil. You don't just want to go straight to I've heard a lot of different things about canola oil. Like, what is it? what is it really? It's not just vegetable oil. So we've been told in the past that it was a healthier option. Like, we've been told in the past that margarine was a healthier option. If you're gonna need the butter, just have the butter. Just don't go to the margarine. Margarine is not good for us. That's probably a whole nother conversation we can get into at another time. But you kind of want to stay away from reduced fat foods. So reduced fat foods are actually replaced with carbs from sugars, refined grains, or other starches. So you don't want to get into reduced fat foods. Or even a lot of people think that having the diet version of a Coca-Cola is better, or Pepsi is better than actually having the soda. Just have the soda, because those man-made sugars, your acesulfame, your aspartame, they are not good for us either. They cause high blood pressure, they cause headaches, they cause a bunch of different things. So, yeah, those are some of the foods that you want to do and some that you don't want to do.
Okay.
But as far as your nutrients are concerned, your nutrients are going to be your vitamins and minerals. Now, just a quick tip for y'all. Some may not know, but your recommended daily allowance for vitamins that we use in this day and time was created in a period where our bodies were fighting infectious diseases, right, such as polio or tuberculosis. So right now, because of soil depletion, because of the GMOs, everything that's being used in our foods, it would take 15 apples per day to equate to the nutrients from one apple in 1977. So if you think about that, that's
crazy.
only about...
Repeat that.
That's crazy.
Repeat
right?
that.
Right, so it would take 15 apples a day to equate to the nutrients from one apple in 1977. Think about that. That's only almost 40 years.
That's
right?
Bananas. Haha, get it? That's apples.
Right, or is that about 40 years? That
Did you say it would take 15 I would have
apples.
Okay, hold on. So I would have to eat 16 apples to get the same value of nutrients that I would have gotten
in one apple in 1977. Yes, absolutely.
How is that possible?
Well, because of our soil depletion. Two, because of the pollution in the environment. Because of man and what we've created in the last couple of years. The abundance
GMOs.
Crossbreeding, GMOs, all of that good stuff. So our DNA reproduces from the foods in which we eat, from the products that we allegedly nurture our body with through self-care. And all of that. So our bodies are literally deteriorating from the inside out. And now our bodies are suffering from chronic disease such as diabetes and cancer. And that recommended daily allowance of vitamins has not changed. So you went from like single vitamins, superfood vitamins. A lot of people take these single vitamins and they'll give you too much of one vitamin or mineral and not enough of the other. And that's the other reason why people are getting sick, because you're depending on different vitamins and minerals that are not actually supporting our bodies. And then with the foods that we are eating, that we are depending on these nutrients to nourish our bodies so that our bodies can perform at an optimal level of health. Our bodies don't even know what to do because we're constantly confusing it. We're constantly confusing our gut health with the different fatty foods that we're bringing in is changing the bacteria in our gut. Then when that bacteria in your gut changes, it then affects your mood. It's going to affect your stress levels. It's going to affect everything, which will then have, of course, the effect on the heart. So in regards to eating, African Americans are disproportionately affected by obesity. So among non-Hispanic African Americans aged 20 or older, 63% of men and 77% of African American women are overweight or obese. So 77% of blacks are more likely to have diabetes than whites, and 66% of Latinos are more likely to have diabetes over whites.
Great.
And let me see here, I apologize. Yeah, so personally, that's a big deal. It's like, what are we doing to our bodies? I mean, when you talk about what we're eating, then we talk about diabetes, and that'll definitely go into health and different issues that our bodies are going to experience just because of what we're eating.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, as far as like exercise, what are some like just basic everyday things that the everyday man or woman can do? Somebody works a 9 to 5, come home to a family and kids, your time is done, your energy's down. What can you do? Just basic things that you can do to just keep your body moving.
So of course, men actually like to do this stuff more than women do. And there's a stigma around women wanting to take care of their bodies more. But I mean, men can do the basic stuff that you guys learn in the sports that either you teach or the sports that you've played growing up. And so some of the basic exercises you can do are like your daily calisthenics. So you can stretch. I mean, it'd be amazing if men could get in 30-minute walks. You can actually use that to take some quality time with your significant other. But walks are really great. Walks are really great for heart health. Walks are great for any diabetics, you definitely want to keep your body moving. Especially nowadays, a lot of our jobs are sit-down jobs, and there's not enough exercise happening in our lives, men and women. And so you can definitely do stretching. Stretching is not overrated. I remember, I'm not going to shout him out on the show, but I had a trainer of mine tell me that stretching was irrelevant. And I just couldn't even believe he was saying that. Irrelevant.
She said irrelevant. That's crazy.
No, he told me stretching was irrelevant, that there was no point to stretching. And I just didn't really take his training anymore. But that's another story. But absolutely stretching. Stretching is amazing for the body. You want to make sure that you're breathing during your stretches. Sometimes when we're taught to exercise, for those that maybe didn't play sports and for those that maybe didn't exercise much when they were growing up, you want to breathe during your exercises. You want to make sure that your body's getting the oxygen that it needs so that you continuously stretch through the stretch. You can do push-ups, squats, high knees, jumping jacks, crunches, sit-ups, or go play outside with the kids. A lot of us get caught up in the stresses of the everyday lives, and we forget that something basic as going outside and throwing a ball with the kids with support. So yeah, those are some exercises you can do.
Okay. All right. And some percentages here for you guys. So a black man, 39.4% of black men are most likely to be inactive, and 39.8% of Hispanics are most likely to be inactive. And a lot of that, I'm sure, comes from just the day and age that we live in. It's not as much as an industrial world that we live in. It's a technical world we live in. So a lot more people are sitting at desks all day. They say sitting is the new smoking. Standing up at your desk for at least 30% of your day, they say. Just getting away from your desk, taking a walk around, things like that. And stretching, I know for me, plays a huge part in just how I feel. I can tell when my body's tight. And your hamstrings get tight, lower back pain. Stretching, keep your joints limber. But you could always do more. So, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, we can always do
I
more.
think isn't it that your body will drop a level of metabolism with every 14 minutes of inactivity?
Mm-hmm.
So now they kind of have it built in the smartwatch. So my Samsung watch will every 14 minutes, if I'm not doing something, it will have me do 15 jumping jacks or get up and do up downs or I'll be in the office and I'll just get up and do jumping jacks, and people be looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm I just want to be doing something, So yeah, my watch will shoot me a reminder that says, hey, get up and do 10 body twists, and I'll just get up and do 10 body twists or whatever. So just something to make sure my body knows that I'm not playing sports level active, but I definitely want to be doing something throughout the workday, so where I'm not actually just sitting all day for hours and hours and hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Your watch is pretty smart. They should call it a smart watch or something. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But there is something that I did forget to mention in all of that, and the diet and the exercise, and that was with water. You always want to make sure we know to stay hydrated, but a lot of people don't understand when are optimal times to drink water. So some of the best times to drink water is going to be in the morning when you first wake up before you do anything else. Have a glass of water. That helps get your organs going. You want to make sure you also drink water before you go to bed, because that also keeps you nice and hydrated for your sleep so that your body can regenerate while you're sleeping. And they do say that drinking cold water actually isn't good for us because it contains more sodium levels when it's cold, and then will also bring up our blood pressure when we drink water cold rather than at room temperature. For sedentary people, so someone that isn't active, you want to drink at least 50% of your weight in ounces of water a day. So if you weigh 200 pounds, then you want to drink 100 ounces of water a day if you are not an active person. But if you are an active person, you want to drink at least 75% of your weight in ounces of water a day. And this is just for your body to perform at its normal level of health.
And let me tell you, for someone who is closer to 50 than I am 40, like, as you keep having birthdays, like, your body talks to you. And there are, I think for me, it was a realization that there's some things I just can't do the way I used to do it for health reasons. So, like, in terms of my diet, things that I would indulge in and not really think twice about it. Just, oh man, fuck it, I want to eat pizza, I eat pizza. If I eat pizza today, I can eat wings tomorrow, and then chips when I get home, and like just eat whatever I want to eat. And at some point, like, your body, at least let me just speak for myself. At some point, my body said, you know what, if that's the way you're going to treat me, like, you're going to feel it. So the circulation of your blood, headaches, like, things are going to be different to let you know that
your body's different, B.
You should live.
Your body different, B.
And like, I started making a change last year and was like really reduced a lot of it. But December came around. It was Christmas. It's the holidays, and I just threw all that out the window. And my body started feeling the way it was feeling like before I made the change. And that was just a confirmation that, really? Like, those days is done. And you just, so, like, come the start of the year, I just stopped. And just my whole diet is just, I've just eliminated certain shit from I don't eat that anymore. And so, like, the chips, the fries, the fast food, all that, the juices, the soda, I don't do that no more. Just because I can tell how my body reacts when those things are in my body on a consistent basis. And it makes a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think the last one kind of goes kind of unnoticed, and because we don't recognize it a lot and we don't acknowledge it. But how can stress, for one, we know how effective and inhibiting stress can be when it comes to heart health. But how can stress sneak up on the everyday person? Somebody, again, who's just living life day by day, working, coming home to a family and kids, and how can stress sneak up on somebody like that?
Well, I mean, you guys know because you guys deal with it every day, right? Mm-hmm. But so the daily stress factors that your average man comes across is going to be anything from, bills, work, kids. So living as a black man in America. But it's really
the question. Did you conveniently leave out wife in there?
Yo, I'm saying, what the deal? I'm saying,
did I leave out wife? I didn't mean to. No, I totally did not mean to leave out wife. Right, and a wife. Right, because I'm not gonna lie. I definitely know I'm a headache, y'all. Okay.
Wives are the greatest.
Right. I'm right. So okay. Excuse me. Bills, work, kids, wife.
Okay.
With a big exclamation point. Okay.
I was like, oh, so, just like, I say shit, huh? All right. Yeah.
Right. So stress, I just think that when it comes to men, of course, ego is a very big thing. And not knowing when or how to let go of what doesn't serve you, I think may really hold men back. And so you want to clearly request what it is that you need. If you need a couple of moments to yourself, request it. Because men are very busy looking to stand in this greatness and very busy looking to be that man because their ego puts them in that position to do that, which at times can be okay. And at times, believe us women, we do love your ego. But the way it may not benefit you would be in those ways where you set these expectations for yourself, and then you have all of these expectations from the world. You have expectations at home, you have expectations at work, and it's like, and then you, of course, set those expectations for yourself. Sometimes you want to let it go, let those expectations go, and just say, hey, I can recommit to myself and I can do this tomorrow, or you know what, I need a minute. And you want to give yourself that time that I don't think men often give themselves, because they're always looking to be the man and always looking to be so great that they don't realize that rest, recovery, sleep, these are all factors that are going to come into your daily stresses. And so, of course, poor diet does, your poor choices for maintaining health. Men smoke more than women do. Men drink more than women do. Men eat a lot more meat than women do. And then there's sexual health, which a lot of people don't like to talk about. Sexual health is a very major part of living a healthy lifestyle. So if men aren't eating right and men aren't taking care of their bodies, smoking, drinking a lot, then you start to develop your erectile dysfunction symptoms. And when that comes across, and if a man can't perform the way he feels that he wants to perform, that's going to lead to self-sabotage, depression, all types of things. So your daily stressors, your daily mental state of mind is going to be important for stress, and understanding what is causing your stress, really just being aware of what's happening around you. I think often we continue to operate on remote, and we get up and we go to work and we come home and we eat and we do the same thing every day. So you're constantly operating on remote rather than being present in the moment, appreciating food for what you have, just basic things that you can learn for optimal mental health, for optimal ways of living. I mean, if you're eating better foods, your gut health is in a better state, because your gut is basically like your second brain. You have your brain in your head, but your gut is basically like your second brain, if not your first brain, because the gut is going to tell our bodies what to do. And so if you're eating properly, then you're not thinking about different things. When if you're eating fucked up and you're having a lot of fast foods and you're drinking a lot or you're smoking a lot, and just our daily habits where, like JR was telling me yesterday, we work, right, from Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend we want to go in and fuck our bodies up and spend all this money. Just the regular lifestyle habits that we have doesn't really allow us to maintain healthy lifestyles, period. And so then that does nothing but add more stressors.
Yeah, and that's like, for one, like two reasons. One, because we've seen our parents do it, we've seen their parents do it, we see our aunts, our uncles, and so it's always been like counterproductive to me, is because the ways we've been taught to deal with stress in the long term only add more stress, right? So we've been taught our entire lives, and we've seen it, whether it's flat out told to us or what we witnessed, is, you make it to Friday, you dread Monday, and you make it to Friday so you can, cut loose and drink and party and smoke and do what you want to do on the weekends just to dread Monday again. And it's only adding to the situation. But we're not taught from a young age, whether it's, again, verbally or through action, to want to live in the moment. And we're taught just to make it through the week so I can fuck my body up on the weekend. That's just what we've been taught. And that's just like patterns that have been passed down to us, even on, like Al said, holidays, birthdays. Like, I've always found it funny that the things we do to celebrate our life on our birthdays are to fuck our bodies up. I've never really understood that. But yeah, and again, it's learned behavior. But to me, this is one reason why we decided to start this show, is because when real conversations are being had, you never know what you're going to learn from just a conversation on a random Tuesday night with your boy. So, all good stuff. So through, like, heart and gut health. What are some oils that can support with heart and gut health?
Well, when it comes to gut health, we do have we do have a digestion line. So especially with men, you're going to find a lot of ulcers. You're going to find a lot of so sorry, guys. I caught a mental blank, okay? So you're going to find a lot of ulcers. You're going to find a lot of indigestion, heartburn, all of these factors that come along with eating poor foods. So we do have a digestion oil. It actually comes in a soft gel, too. That's going to support anything from your minor upset stomach or discomfort all the way to Crohn's disease. So there are several different oils that you can use. Peppermint is great for digestive health also. And then and heart health. Let's see. Heart health, it really depends on what's going on with you and your heart. So I do have some numbers here for you guys, being that it is the lovely Heart Month. And when you talk about heart, you're definitely, when we talk about the heart, you're talking about cardiovascular system, of course, and that's going to include everything from your arteries, your veins, excuse me, your capillaries, venules. So that's all part of your cardiovascular system. So when you talk about heart health, it just really depends on which cardiovascular disease that you may have or may be experiencing in order to support the heart. So, for instance, blood pressure. Lemon oil is amazing for blood pressure. It's actually a $10 bottle. It's one of our cheapest oils. You can put on the bottom of your feet, or you could just put some drops of lemon oil inside of a cup of water. We actually don't realize how serious blood pressure is, but the lemon's going to regulate it. So whether it's high or it's low, if it's low, it's going to bring it up to normal levels. If it's high, it'll bring it down to normal levels. My father actually tested it out, and it was really funny. He wrote down his blood pressure before he drank his lemon, and then he waited 10 minutes, and he wrote his blood pressure down after he took his lemon, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here. There's no way that helped." It was pretty hilarious. Yeah, it definitely supports. But any cardiovascular diseases... I need some of that. Go ahead. Yeah, you probably do. I can help. I can support.
No, I know that I do. I'm telling you that I do.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't even a suggestion. That was a request.
Absolutely, I can help. And just so you guys know, cardiovascular diseases, they comprise the leading cause of death globally, and can refer to any disease involving the heart or any blood vessels. So the good news is that 90% of most cardiovascular diseases is preventable, including your lifestyle choices like we talked about, exercise, nutrition, and rest. But African American men have the highest of overall death rate from cardiovascular disease. And let's see here. So yes, heart disease and stroke is the leading cause of death in the U.S., so it's not just globally, it is in the U.S., and out of that percentage, it is African American men that have the highest overall death rate from cardiovascular disease. High blood pressure and diabetes are the most common conditions that increase heart disease and stroke. And the prevalence of high blood pressure in African Americans is the highest in the world. So it's also known as hypertension, high blood pressure, for those that say, well, I have hypertension. It's the same thing.
James Evans had hypertension.
I'm sorry?
James Evans had hypertension on Good Times.
Good time.
Yeah. That's just a quick note for you. It's
a
fun fact.
So high blood pressure can cause permanent damage before you notice any symptoms. So it's something that you really want to take seriously and something that you want to get under control as soon as possible. So high blood pressure is more severe in blacks than whites, and it does develop earlier in life. And that reason why is because they actually haven't found what the gene is, apparently, but there is a gene in African Americans that makes African Americans more sensitive to salt.
I know what
So
it
that's
is.
going to increase your risk of high blood pressure. What is it?
It's the fried chicken gene. That's what that shit is. Now, no, but seriously, I've heard this saying. My sister actually quoted this to me. Is that what do you say? Your family hereditary loads the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. So
yes, absolutely.
Even though that gene may be there, things are passed down to you. Of course, your lifestyle can trigger a lot of those symptoms, and so
right,
just because
absolutely,
it's there
and
doesn't mean it has to be like deadly to you.
Right, but there are plenty of studies that have found that the small artery elasticity versus your large artery elasticity is found to be a higher percentage in black people versus white people.
Right.
So the reduction in your arterial elasticity is what will increase your cardiovascular morbidity or mortality. So, of course, if you have more elasticity, it's going to last longer. If you have less, it's going to fail quicker. So small vessel strokes versus large vessel strokes is one of the most identifiable causes of first strokes in African Americans. And so as far as heart failure is concerned, between ages 45 to 64, black men suffer from heart failure. It's 70% higher. Black women is 50% higher than white men and women. And so and with that, the earliest onset of heart failure means higher rates of hospitalization, disability, higher rates of premature death. And so it's a pretty big deal within our communities. And also 65% of people with diabetes die from heart disease or stroke. So you want to also think about the different medications that you're getting when you have high blood pressure, when you have diabetes. It's going to cause another effect. It's going to have a different effect. Everyone knows you see all these commercials on TV about different drugs, and then they give you a list of about 50 different side effects. That's the great thing about essential oils is that we have side benefits. We don't have side effects. The only side effect known to essential oils is going to be a minor skin irritation if you don't dilute the oil or if you don't use it basically with a carrier oil. So for your heart, the oils that are really great, if you suffer from poor circulation, you can use rosemary or cypress. If you suffer from, let's say, high cholesterol, you can use lemongrass. If you're suffering from heart failure, you can use lemongrass, marjoram, rosemary, thyme. So it just really depends on what cardiovascular disease it is that you think that you may have in order to figure out how to service it. But overall, maintaining it is your life, and we as people do what we want to do in life. If you are out there and you're buying the newest pair of Jordans that come out that's $250, but you're not taking care of your health and you're eating a $5 or a 4 for $4 from Wendy's 5 times a week, that's not going to support you. So you want to invest in your health. Investing in your health is going to be everything. You want to do it. You don't have to do shit. We don't have to do anything in life, but you do what you want. And if you really want to take care of your health and you want to see yourself succeed, you want to walk your daughters down the aisle, you want to see your grandchildren, you want to play ball with them, you want to teach them all of this knowledge and this wisdom that you learn as you get older, then you want to take care of you. And so that's going to be taking care of your mental health and well-being, your physical health and well-being, so that your body can perform the way it needs to.
All right. So, lastly, before we get into your random question, I know you're eagerly anticipating. So, with all that going on, as black men in this country, and dealing with adult sleepovers in Forsyth County and all this shit, right? Then we gotta lead. Then all that shit leads to mental health issues. So really quickly, because we will have an entire segment focused on mental health, but really quickly, the spot on mental health now. What is the importance of sleep and some of the misconceptions that we in Black and Hispanic communities, and two, as entrepreneurs, that we've been led astray in regards to sleep and rest?
Well, I mean, sleep and rest has been considered, I think, especially part of our generation, sleep and rest has been considered just not what we do. We were raised more with the hustle mentality, and you got to go and you got to get it, and the least amount of sleep that you get, the better it is, because you got to get up and you got to keep going. But that's really not the case. Your body needs sleep in order to be able to focus. Your body needs sleep. It needs that time to be able to restore and repair itself. Our body heals itself, and that's one of the most beautiful things that we love about oils, is that we don't claim to cure, heal, treat, or prevent any disease. We are very clear that the body can heal itself. It just needs the proper tools to heal itself, like everything else that we said, diet, exercise. These are proper tools to give your body to heal itself. Sleep is one of those major factors. So when it comes to sleep, I mean, sleep is going to help. It contributes to restoring and maintaining emotional and physical health. So during your sleep, just some numbers here too. So newborns need like 16 to 18 hours of sleep, right? Because their bodies they're growing at a rapid rate, and their bodies are continuously restoring and repairing so that they can continue to grow. So then preschoolers need about 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And so you parents that may not be putting your kids to bed early, get them kids to bed early. I remember my mother used to give us like a 7 o'clock bedtime. Me and my sisters would be like, "Mommy, what are we doing? Why are we in bed by 7 o'clock?" I hated it. But school-age children, 9 or older, school-age children and teenagers need about 9 or more hours of sleep. And you don't think about that. You allow your kids to stay up late. Sometimes it's 10 o'clock at night and the kids are still up. That's really not good for them. That's why more teenagers are actually way more irritable as the way they are, because we're thinking they're older, they don't need that much sleep, and that's not true. They actually need more sleep. And so not getting enough sleep, it's going to really impair your emotional and physical development. So you want to get quality sleep. You want to get your REM sleep. That's your rapid eye movement sleep. So it's when like your voluntary functions, it's when your voluntary and involuntary functions are just completely shut down, and where your body is able, that's when your body is in a subconscious state. That's when you're dreaming, and it's when your body is able to do the restoration and repair that it needs. So your optimal hours of sleep, at least, you want to make sure you're in bed before 10 p.m. Your body's really restoring, and this is kind of has to do with some other stuff that I do, but really with the moon and the phases and the way our body is able to restore at night. It's really 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. You want to be sleeping during those hours, because those hours is where your body's going to do that restoration and repair that it needs. So if you don't get enough sleep, that leads to physical, emotional problems, adrenal fatigue, poor digestion, weight gain, obesity, grogginess, decreased focus and concentration, memory issues, increased irritability, frustration levels, mood challenges, heart disease, compromised immune system, and it's basically your higher likelihood of chronic or autoimmune conditions. So sleep is a very big deal. And I know you men think that you may not need it, but you absolutely need it to be able to perform. Period.
All right. So, petitgrain, everybody. Petitgrain.
Yes, and so some oils that you can use is going to be lavender, petitgrain. We have serenity. So these are oils that can help you sleep. JR, it's funny because lavender, I can put lavender all over my body with some coconut oil. I'll knock out within, say, 5-10 minutes. JR doesn't like the smell of lavender. So, of course, with all the physical benefits, your essential oils are there. They're going to have physical benefits. They're also going to have emotional benefits. So usually if you don't like the scent of an oil, it can be because you are not ready or willing to cross the emotional path that that oil, yes, you are not ready to cross the emotional path that that oil possesses. So lavender, which is funny because this man communicates very well. So lavender is the oil of communication, but it's also very calming. It doesn't calm JR. So for JR, his oils that calm him are going to be more citrus oils. So in the oil world, we usually use citrus oils to help wake you up. Like when you're getting that 3 o'clock and you're at work and it's 3 and like you're ready to fall asleep and you can't take it anymore, you want to put some citrus oils in your palm or put them on you and just inhale them and smell them. And that helps you wake up. So they're usually very vibrant. Lemon is actually the oil of focus. So that's going to be the emotional benefit behind it, whereas the physical benefit will support with blood pressure. It's also the oil of focus. So for JR, he actually likes petitgrain. And it's funny because petitgrain is distilled from the leaf of the bitter orange. So it just makes sense that he likes petitgrain. He puts petitgrain on, and them kids put petitgrain on, and they are passed out within the next 5 minutes. It is so serious. But lavender wakes him up. And lavender, he just doesn't even like it. It has an adverse reaction. So when it comes to any of these oils that you use, you want to make sure that you're using, you want to try different ones. And so for myself, I'm willing to send samples out to anyone that may need. But you want to try different oils because there may be an oil that may work for you and there may be an oil that doesn't. And so with the oils having so many different benefits and supporting so many different things because of their chemical constituents, you want to try what is going to work for you and what is going to have a different effect according to your body's chemistry.
All right. Well, that's all I got before we get to these random questions. Guys, y'all got anything y'all want to ask before we wrap up?
Nah, man, it's been super informative, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leigh, I know you said you were you mentioned to me, not sure if you're still doing it, but you mentioned doing a special for the rest of the month in regards to the oil?
Yes, absolutely. So anyone that's, of course, listening to the Defy Life podcast and and is interested in either signing up, getting their own membership where they can go online and purchase oils themselves, anyone that is interested in signing up, anyone that signs up before the end of the month, I am willing to send you a 15 milliliter bottle of lemon oil that can support with your heart health.
Awesome. So, so that's dope. So, again, find her at OilUForever on social media.
Yes, on social media, or you can always email me again at lvgdoterra, DOTERRA, @gmail.com, and let me know so that and just let me know that you listen to the Defy Life podcast, that you're interested in oils, and I'll give you a call. We could do a one-on-one where I could teach you about the oils, what can support you, and go way more in depth of how the oils can support your body.
Yeah, definitely dope stuff.
Very informative.
Yeah, absolutely. I am absolutely Team Bro Terra. So, yeah. All right. So before we get into trivia and before we let you go, Leigh, everyone that comes on as a guest on our show has to answer a random question, right? But I took it a step further because I did not tell my co-host what the question was going to be. I actually changed it so they could be a part of the random question as well. We hadn't had a guest in a while. So, for all three of you, Leigh, you first, I want this to be off the top of your heads. The question is, if you wake up tomorrow, when you wake up tomorrow, if there is a verse, a hip-hop verse, stuck in your head for the rest of the day, what would you like that verse to be? And with that, you have to know it because you got to spit it right now.
Wow.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
All right, let me hear the verse. I need a verse.
Wait a minute, the whole verse?
Just a verse. It don't have to be the whole song. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be one you know because you got to spit the verse right now. Not the whole song. A verse from that. Your favorite verse from that song. If it's stuck in your head tomorrow.
Come on, JR.
Hey, Defy Life. Hashtag no excuses.
And I gotta be first.
That's right.
You the guest.
I can't even think about it. I feel like my brain is fried right now. I really cannot think.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Think.
Think. Oh my God.
10, 9. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn right. I like the life I live. I'm making this positive and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. I got it. No.
All right, so Juicy will be the song you choose. Okay. All right. Well, I'll take the last 2 bars then, I guess. Al, wake up tomorrow. Hip hop song stuck in your head. What would you like that song to be? And you got to know it because I need the verse.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous. You heard of us. Official Queenbridge murderers. That's about all I know. The mob comes with warfare. Beware. My crime family got enough shots to share for all those with bullet holes and pose. That's all I got. But yeah, shook one. Up deep. That's where I'm.
Right. No doubt. All right, Money, it's on you.
Sheesh.
Wait a minute, hold up. Y'all didn't finish y'all verses completely. Why not?
You said like 4 bars.
You said the last 2 bars and then started screaming a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Money. Go ahead.
Let's see. Nikki. Put it in your kidney. Got a new LS450. Ain't no keys in this doohickey. If we're rapping, I be trapping. If we're trapping, I be pimping. If we're pimping, I be getting it. Period. I don't smoke no Bobby, but my gin and beef from Ricky. Got your girl on Molly and we smoking now and drinking. Got my top back so you can see what I've been thinking. And if you know me, then you know I've been thinking Franklin's. Money, thousands. Yo, he ripped that shit. Yeah. Audi 8 told him Audi 5000.
2 Chainz. All right. Word. I wasn't expecting that one. That's dope. All right. I'm the host.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got to answer questions. So, yeah. All right. So if I got to answer this question, since Pooh and Yoshi ain't on, I will answer in their stead. So yeah,
I think Yoshi might be back. Somebody back.
Nah, Yoshi ain't back. That third person is Ladine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. True that.
Yeah. So, man, in this moment right now, if I had to wake up with one, it would be paragraph indent. I make intense sense. Niggas on that Gil Scott dope. Hint, hint. At age 15, he started smoking Billy Clint. Now he's 21 and wants to know with a time when, hey, what's the haps? Maybe your time elapsed. Have you ever thought of the meaning of the word trap? Baboon on your back, but what's that? It's that crack. Was introduced to Hispanic communities and blacks, but then it spread to white and got everyone's undivided. Attention cause your daughter is on it and she can't hide it. Maybe your son tried it. Rehab too crowded. He's scared, she's scared. They said, I scared, too scared. They scared to talk about it. That's that goodie. That's Dre 3000. If you scared, say you scared. Damn right. So, that's the one I want to wake up with tomorrow. Yeah.
If you scared, say you scared.
Say you scared. Especially when you're in Forsyth County.
And I'm scared of Forsyth County. I'm scared.
Shit. Well, Ladine, thank you so much for joining us and being our first guest on the health and wellness segment on the Defy Life podcast. It has been a pleasure. I'm proud of you. So thank you so much.
Yes, I love y'all too. Thank y'all too. And I hope y'all have a great night.
You too.
No doubt. You too.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. We'll do it again.
All right.
All right. All right. So, guys.
Yo.
Y'all I'm feeling pretty smart right now. Oh, that information.
Yeah, me too.
No doubt.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I need to go get me some lemons and just eat them.
Eat them like an apple. Just bite them and eat them.
Yeah, eat them like an apple.
Right. Come in.
All right. Oh shit. Yeah. Every time you do trivia money, it's always a one-on-one battle. Me and Al, like Pooh and Yoshi go missing.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know, but
they boycott.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
True that.
Money, yeah, they boycotting you.
True that.
Man. So hit us with what you got. We can, like me and Al always say, it's trivia time. It's all Glymph all the time. Let's get it.
Oh, Glymph.
No doubt. All right, gentlemen. Same format as last time. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. Each category has 5 questions with 5-point values with a couple of extra credit questions. Let me get my scorecard ready. I guess this will just be Jay versus Al.
What it look like?
All right. The categories are 3 million a squad, the NBA version.
Okay. Places.
You guys' favorite subject, the Bible. And number 1 hip hop hits.
Okay.
So same categories as last time, except I did throw the Bible in there.
All right. Any of them black and famous? Oh, that's poop. My bad.
No, that's poop. I don't need all that.
All right. Al wasn't here last week, so I guess I go first.
I guess you go first, and the last time I hosted, you won, so I guess you do get to go first.
Word. All right, let's go. 3 men in the squad for 50.
3 men in the squad for 50. All right, hold on. I gotta pull that joint up.
So if I count down on you and you get to the 10, I get the points. 10, 9.
You get double points.
No, sir.
Try.
That's not how it works. I just I had my phone on another question, but I'm pulling it up now. Two chains. All right, 3 men in the squad for 50. Damn it. I might have to just... Where's my depth chart? It keep popping over to Skype. Well, no, that's not what I want. All right. Jonas Valanciunas, Javon Carter, and Dylan Brooks.
Jonas Valanciunas, and that's Toronto Raptors. No, it's not. I forgot he played for the fucking Grizzlies. Damn it.
I was gonna say you were almost right, but he just got traded, which is why that was the 5-point question.
Yeah.
That is incorrect. He actually plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. You are correct. Well, you are incorrect, but your edited answer is
my non-counting ass answer. It was correct.
Yeah, that is correct.
Right.
That is correct. All right, Alice, on you, man.
Let me try 3 men in the squad for 40.
3 men in the squad for 40. That would be let's see. My phone not around me too. There we are. TJ Leaf, Alize Johnson, Kyle O'Quinn.
Wow. I'm gonna go
10,
with
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Utah Jazz.
4. That, sir, is incorrect.
Where's Kyle O'Quinn playing?
He plays for the Indiana Pacers, sir. I thought TJ Leaf would give it away because he was drafted.
That's the only reason I knew it.
All right, Jay, it's on you.
3 men in the squad for 30. I gotta hit somewhere. I need some points.
3 men in the squad for 30. All right, let's go. John Henson, Nick Stauskas, Brandon Knight.
Is he still? That's the Cavs.
That is correct.
Yeah.
3 points for you, Jay.
We got Nick Stauskas got traded about 4 times and signed with the Cavs.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, Al, back on you.
Let me try places for 30.
Places for 30. This planet is the 8th planet from the sun in the Milky Way galaxy.
Get the fuck out of here. Uranus.
No, that is incorrect.
No.
That is close. It's Neptune. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Jay, it's on you.
Let me get places for 50.
Places for 50. All right. The Maginot Line was created by France after World War I to prevent an invasion from Germany. When World War II started, the Germans went around this line and invaded what country to get to France?
Repeat the question, please.
The French army built the Maginot Line after World War I to prevent the German army from invading France. During World War II, the German army went around this line by invading which country? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Belgium?
4. That is correct. Holy shit, was that a guess?
That was a guess. I just went, I know they close, so I was like, shit, maybe it was Belgium. I had no idea about the strategy. I just knew that Belgium was next to France. So
That is correct. The Germans just invaded France. They just invaded Belgium, smashed their army, and went straight through France anyway.
makes sense. All right.
Alice, on you.
Let me try Bible for 40.
Bible for 40. The shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept. Why was Jesus weeping?
Why was Jesus weeping? Because he was sad.
That's correct. That is actually correct. But why was he sad?
Because he was disappointed in men.
No, I can't give you that one. I
thought I had already got it right. I thought this was a bonus question.
No, I can't give you that. I can't give you that.
Why was he sad?
Jesus wept because his friend Lazarus had just died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't deserve that one. He was sad.
No. Yeah, he was sad. All right, Jace, back on you. You up 8-0.
Shit. We try to pass some stats. Let me get 3 men in the squad for 20.
3 men in the squad for 20. All right. Dante DeVincenzo, Pat Connington, Ersan Ilyasova.
Shit. And is that the Milwaukee Bucks?
That is the Milwaukee Bucks, sir.
Yeah.
All right, Al, it's on you. Down 10-0.
Let me try places for 4.
I hope they ain't traded White Dante.
Places for 4. This is a bonus point question. This is a double pointer.
Shit.
This U.S. city has the largest population of African Americans. What is this city? And for bonus points, an extra 4 points, you can tell me the percentage of African Americans.
It's the largest percentage of African Americans?
Correct. This is the most chocolate of the chocolate cities.
Wow. The most chocolate of the chocolate cities. Let me try DC.
That is incorrect.
Houston.
Jay, do you know? That's also incorrect. It is Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
84% of the people that live in Detroit
Damn, that's chocolate.
Man, for real.
And it explains a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't it explain a lot? It definitely explains a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, it's on you.
Let me close out 3 men in the squad.
All right. Jay is closing out 3 men in the squad for 1.
Yeah.
Anthony Simmons, Gary Trent, and Zach Collins.
They play with the Clippers.
That's incorrect, sir. Although
No.
the Trailblazers.
Ah.
All right, Al. Jay's still holding his 10-point lead on you.
Let me see if I can get places for 20. Let me see if I can get on with something.
Places for 20 rather. This is the largest city in the world. Oh, this is a double pointer. This is the largest city in the world by population. If you can give me the city, you get 2 points. If you can give me the population, you get 4 points.
I'm gonna think
10, 9, 8, 7,
Beijing, like in China.
6, 5. That is a good guess, but that is incorrect. It's actually Tokyo, Japan. Population of Tokyo, Japan is 38 million. 38 million people live in Tokyo.
Damn.
But they all little though, so it makes sense.
It is 38 million little people. Golly, Jay. Sheesh.
Yo, real talk. That's more than the number of African Americans in this country.
That's correct.
Yeah. No, excluding Detroit, apparently.
Man, besides the 42 million of them in Detroit. You're not counting Detroit. Yo.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Shit.
Wow.
All right, Jay. Back on you.
All right. So what's left?
All right. So you have hip hop number ones for the whole category, places for 1, and the Bible 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yes. Hip hop number ones 4, 3, please. Stand away from the Bible.
Hip hop number ones for 3. This 2002 hit spent 2 weeks at number 1. It was produced by Irv Gotti, and it's a little classic with hip-hop hooks and street rap. What is the song?
It's got to be Ja Rule and Ashanti.
10, 9. What, is that your answer?
No, I'm saying it's got to be them if it's produced by Irv Gotti, right? I'm just working my way through it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What would I
2,
do without you?
1. By who?
Ja Rule. And Ashanti.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
That's incorrect. However, the artist is correct. It is Ja Rule and Ashanti, but the name of the song is Always on Time.
Oh, shit. I don't even know if that's the same song I'm thinking about. All this shit sounded alike to me. Okay.
Remember that song, Always on Time?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Baby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Al, back on you.
What's next? What's left?
All the hip hop minus 3. The 3-point question. Places for 1. The whole Bible except for the 4-point.
Okay, let me do hip hop for 40.
Hip hop for 40. Yeah. This 2002 smash hit spent 7 weeks at number 1. It was produced by the Neptunes. This artist was a hot artist at this time. What is the song?
Something by Nori. What was 92?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
And your
I have
answer?
no
clue?
Yeah, no clue.
That is Nelly.
Nelly.
Oh.
What's the song?
Oh, I don't know.
Nelly, Hot in Her.
Hot in there.
Hot in here. Wow. Okay.
That was 92? Wow.
2002.
Oh, 2002. Okay, I was about to say.
All right, Jay, back on you.
What's left in places?
1.
All right, let me get that one.
This place is largely recognized as the first battle of the U.S. Civil War.
Shit. Gettysburg?
No.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Damn, that's what I was going to guess. What is it?
You said Gettysburg?
Yeah,
that was like in the middle.
That's what dude gave
Fort
his.
Sumter.
Oh, yeah, I never would have got that shit.
Right there down in Sumter, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
All thing I know about
on you.
Sumter is the Putin in-laws.
Let me get Bible. What's left for Bible? 50? Can I get Bible for 50?
You can get Bible for 50.
All right, listen.
Oh, rather for 5, rather. Sorry. This Roman emperor was the first Roman emperor to recognize and convert to Christianity. He basically made Christendom legal.
Constantine?
That's correct. Owls on the board.
A religion degree gets me something.
Owls on the board. All right, 10-5, Jay. It's on you.
What's left in hip hop?
1, 2, and 5.
Oh shit! It's either that or the Bible. Let me go hip hop for 5.
Oh, big time. All right, this is not going to be an easy one.
None of them are. That's what I just go.
This 2003 song spent 1 week at number 1.
What?
It was produced. It was produced by Kanye West, and it was this hip hop artist's first number 1 hit. What is the song?
Good God.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Jay-Z.
1.
I don't fucking know.
Jay-Z, what's the song?
Oh, is it Jay-Z for real?
It's not Jay-Z, though, because I noticed I said 2003, and I said it was his first number 1 hit.
I was damn, that was his first hit in 2003?
Yeah, shit. I was just throwing shit out there at that point.
No, it's not Jay-Z. Okay, I just wanted to know if you was going to guess a song. Like, Dirt Off Your Shoulder. That is the artist Ludacris for the hit Stand Up.
I didn't know Kanye produced that shit.
Me neither.
Kanye did produce that shit.
Stand up. That's so, like, I'm impressed. Like, that's dope as fuck, because that don't sound like a Kanye beat from that era. That's pretty dope.
It does, absolutely. I was shocked, too.
Yeah.
What's left?
All right, Al, back on you.
Bible for 20?
You can do Bible for 20?
Yeah, for 2.
How many books are in the Torah?
Stop.
Or the Torah, considering how you pronounce it. 10.
Yeah. I tend to pronounce it the Torah.
8. 6.
28.
28. No, sir, that's way off. That's incorrect. Jay, do you know? Jay, do you know? Jay, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad, I was on mute.
Oh, you good. The Torah is the Jewish Bible. It's the first 5 books of the Bible.
Right.
Okay. I did not know. All right. Jay, it's back on you.
All right. We're 3 men in the squad for 60. No, I'm just kidding. What's left?
Hip hop number 1s for 1 and 2. The Bible for 1 and 3. You have a 10-5 lead.
We get the Bible for 1.
The Bible for 1. This is the mountain in which God gave Moses the 10 Commandments.
Are you shitting me?
No.
No, Mount Sinai.
That's correct.
Not bad.
All right.
I'll do the Bible for 3.
Bible for 3. All right. This Jewish city was captured by the Arab and Muslim conqueror Saladin during the Second Crusade. What is the city? 10, 9. Yeah, that's correct.
Hey.
Jerusalem.
That's correct. Yeah, Jerusalem.
Okay.
All right. It is 11-8 with a 1 and 2 question left in hip hop number 1s. And Jay, I think it's your turn.
Well, you can't win unless there's a double question in there somewhere. So just let me get hip hop for 2.
That's the double question.
You didn't know there was triple questions though. You didn't know that.
That is the last double question. All right. This one, all right. So this song was produced by Rob Fasari and Mark Wilson. It spent 1 week at number 1. I'm not going to tell you the year because that's the double part of the question. This artist, because there's a pretty big clue. This artist was simultaneously starring in blockbuster movies and releasing multi-platinum albums at the same time. What year was this song released, and who's the artist and the song?
Dang, that's a triple point. First of all, who are those people you named? I don't know them.
They're producers.
Apparently.
Yeah, it must be.
One more clue. The song is featuring the Drew Hill artist, Cisco.
Oh, shit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Man, Thong Song by Eminem and Lil Kim.
Is it Will Smith?
That is correct. What's the song?
Getting jiggy with it?
No, dude.
No.
What? No, it was not. Will Smith is the artist. The year is 1999, and the song is Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West, yeah.
Wild Wild West. Okay.
Wow. Talk about things
Wow.
you try to erase from your memory.
Tried our best.
And the last one is, just for shits and giggles, this 1997 hit spent 3 weeks at number one. It was produced by D-Dot, Ron Lawrence, and Puff Daddy. It was the first single from the Life After Death album.
Hypnotized.
That is correct.
What?
All right, so...
know as the first single. Hypnotized.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay, you squeezed out a squeaker, man, with that an 11-9 win. So you got it.
All right. Yeah, man. Al tried to come back, but held you off. Good game, Al.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good questions. Thank you.
Yeah,
good game for you. Good win. Good show.
No doubt.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Well, Money, you hosted, man. What's your parting shot?
Hey, man. Hey, I know the last time I saw your face, we did a lot of talking about this subject, and that subject happens tomorrow. Let's go Heels. It's time for them Heels. It's time for them Heels to play them Devils, baby. And so if anyone needs me tomorrow at around whatever o'clock, because I don't even know what time to start, but when it's gonna be all Carolina and Duke around these parts, So
that game, that game will be over somewhere between Osei and Can You See?
Oh yeah, no holds bar. It's going down. So nothing too serious. Just shout out, man. Much respect to the Duke program, man. I saw somewhere that the tickets on that for are like $5 or $6 grand.
I believe it.
So because I think it's at Duke, and it's a little smaller of a venue, but yeah, man, it was it had the average ticket of the Super Bowl, the average ticket of the NBA Finals, and then it was the average ticket in North Carolina Duke $6 grand. I was like, whoa,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So it's on my bucket list to actually see a Tar Heel Duke game at Cameron Indoor. Just because I know how impossible the tickets are to get. Yeah, I was dating this chick once. She was like, I can get tickets to that real easy, and I knew we couldn't talk no more because I was. I was like, why are you just talking?
Either you don't know or you lying. Right. Yeah, either way.
Which one is it?
Yeah, you're not messing with Defy Life, man. What is your life about?
No doubt. Al, what you got for me?
This was my shot. I wasn't on last week, but so this was my parting shot. I was gonna say last week, but 2 weeks ago, I coach rec basketball, and 2 weeks ago, my 18 and under squad came back from a 20-point deficit at halftime.
Wow. And
won the game by 6. And what was so incredible? Well, one, it's just incredible when you can get anybody, especially teenagers, to believe and don't quit and continue to play like we got a shot to win this. And you say it, you tell players that, you tell people that, how important it is to stay persistent, be resilient, believe, trust, and you might get a good outcome. Not guaranteed a good outcome, but you might get a good outcome if you just stay the course. And when you do get a good outcome, it just kind of it affirms all of the teachings of the past of this is why you don't quit, because sometimes you're going to be able to turn it around. But what was so good about my players, and what I was telling them the next day, is that anytime you do overcome something like that, it gives you evidence and something to fall back on in the future, because it can be done. So the fact that they've experienced that in their life, just to know that, even in times where shit looks bleak, whether it's a basketball court, whether it's your semester, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your health, keep good energy, keep the faith, stay at it, and you might get a good outcome. And it's just one of those moments that, like, I feel like every season there's some moment that it's like, yo, that's why I coached this season. And something happens and it's just like, yeah, that's why I was supposed to be here. And that was the moment 2 weeks ago, because it was just one of those really, really good coaching moments where, one, we shouldn't even been down to this team anyway, but to just turn it around and get the players to turn it around was just a highlight of the season. And I just wanted to share that because I think people need to, one, stay the course, but when you have these little victories, whatever they are, like, understand that they're just representative of everything else in life. And just, believe that shit can be turned around. You just got to stay at it. So that's my parting shot.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
Get it done. That was my
Get it
Damn
done.
the excuses. Get it done.
Oh, man.
That actually brings me to an interesting question, Jay. We might want to have this as like a topic one day, but like, what's the worst? Like, 'cause I think all of us play sports. Like, what's the worst L like you ever took? Like, either playing or coaching or whatever part of a game.
Oh man,
because I know my high school football team, like my junior year. But A.L. Brown beat us 97-0 in football.
Jesus.
And I would had I not been there, I don't think I would have thought that was possible. So maybe maybe that's like an interesting segment that we could have one day.
Yeah, we might have to talk about that. There's only one that I can think of, and that was an AAU basketball against a Kevin Garnett-led AAU team, and it wasn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like 13, and I was on the B team, so I was like the best player on the team, but I was 13, so we had like an AAU team, like an A team and a B team. Well, of course, the A team was all the varsity dudes, and the B team was like young dudes coming up from middle school. So yeah, it wasn't pretty. We lost by like 70, but yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. Yeah, I had to guard Kevin Garnett, like 2 times in the game, and like my head was at his waist, like it was like. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure if I think more, yeah, we can definitely talk about that next week. That's pretty interesting. All right. Yeah, and Al, just to piggyback off you, man, that's funny you say that, because I actually do still go back to points of sports career and as points of reference to like you said, when shit seems out of reach, you can always find a way to get out of it. And one in particular, I always go back, and as insignificant as it may seem, we were in the I remember it was in 8th grade, and in the game before the champ, we were in the semifinals of the basketball tournament for middle school, and we were down by 5 with 11 seconds to go. And it's funny you mentioned, because I actually thought about this today when I was at work, and I was learning new shit, and so and we actually took the game to overtime, down by 5 with 11 seconds to go, took it to overtime and won, and then went on to win the championship. But yeah, so
I tell the players all the time, I've seen some crazy things happen on this court. Mm-hmm. And when it's happened to you, and like you said, you got that point of reference, all right, you've seen it, so you know what happened, and you can make a choice to do what you need to do. When you haven't seen it, like some of these players, or just people in general, it's a whole lot of people who don't have that point of reference. It's real hard to believe somebody who's just like, yo, trust me. I've seen 5 points be scored in 11 seconds. Yo, you can do this. Right. Keep playing. And they like, man, whatever, it's over. Yeah. And so many people check out and they miss the opportunity because they had they gave up on it. And it's like, nah, son, if it ain't over, it ain't over. Keep playing. Keep playing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's powerful. That's dope. But yeah, I ain't got nothing crazy, man. Again, just want to give a shout out to my wife. Excellent job tonight, babe. She came in and rocked it on her Defy Life debut. Even gave us a little bit of Biggie, so I can't complain about that. So shout out to her. Shout out again to Yoshi. Good luck tomorrow in your delayed third round game. As Money said, you were put here for a reason in this position. So, and as I would say, just get it done. So
bring us that chip. Bring it.
Yeah, bring it on in.
All right. And then lastly, as a true parting shot, in its truest sense, Antonio Brown is officially on the trading block. He met with Steelers president Dan Rooney II, and Art Rooney II, and they came to agreement that it's time to move on. So in a true parting shot, Antonio Brown, it's been real. But I agree, it is time to move on. Enjoyed watching him play. He's my son's favorite player. But, like we've seen with many a wide receiver in the NFL in past times, at some point, the headache just becomes too much, and it is time to move on. So, parting shot, so long, and with recent history, good riddance to Antonio Brown. Hopefully we can get good trade value or a solid player and a draft pick for him. But all the best to him in Arizona or as a catching passes from Colt McCoy in Washington, wherever they send you. And we also know in the past from many other Steelers receivers that the grass ain't always greener. So hopefully, we get the best out of this deal. So parting shots to Antonio.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, we are over 3 hours, gentlemen. We haven't gone over 3 hours since Keon Small was a member of this cast. So kudos to Ladine and Glymph for filling up the show and getting us over 3 hours. Guys, it's been real. We'll talk to everybody this time next week. Until then,
right,
Defy Life.
Defy Life. Defy Life.
Shh. You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the mood. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life.